What's going on, everybody? Top of the morning to you. Hope everybody's doing good. It's a nice Saturday morning. I don't know where you guys live, but I'm in New York, and the weather is pretty much typical New York weather. About 45 degrees right now, little after 11 a.m. And you know what? Today is a brand new Knick game, guys. We got the Knicks versus the Houston Rockets, so it's a time for redemption. Um, it's a time to get back to our winning ways and forget about the games of the past, the mistakes of the past, if you will. But we'll talk a little bit about um, obviously this upcoming matchup later today, which it's an early start. Today it's at 5 o'clock. But what we also want to touch on is a little bit of kind of what happened in that Orlando game, and let's put things in perspective. You know what? Maybe it's bad, but it's not as bad as everybody thinks. You know, the season is going to be a long one, so we've got a lot of time to get everything right. Get back to being happy Knick fans again, and we got to know the ledge, guys. So we'll talk about it right after this. All right, guys. So, today's game is an early one. Let's see real quick. Salute, Pudge, nice. What's good, brother? You know what? You are a loyal dude, man. I appreciate you, bro, because you are definitely showing love to all the podcasts. You up late, jumping around, then you get up early, kind of like me. So definitely appreciate you, bro. Geraldine McIver, salute. Thank you for joining. As always, you are SKFer for life. And you're right, Pudge. Today's game, if some of you guys don't know out there, is an early game. It's a 5 o'clock start, so make sure you got that circled on your calendar. Don't be doing things out. It's a Saturday. You're like, oh, let me go do some stuff with the fam. Come back at 7 o'clock, watch the Knicks. By that time, the game could be over. Literally. Like, it may not be over, but it could be a blowout. You never know. So definitely make sure you guys highlight that. Set your TiVos or whatever. If people still got TiVo, I don't know. Is TiVo still a thing? I mean, who knows? I don't even use cable anymore. I got Fubu. I don't know. You know what I mean? King Ribby, what's good? Salute. Yeah, appreciate you as always, Pudge. You know how it is, man. Yeah, man. So I just want to say, that things aren't as bad as they may seem. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like every other Knick fan. When they lost that game to Orlando, I wasn't feeling right, man. That game didn't sit well on my heart. It was heavy. It was a heavy feeling. I didn't even want to talk. I went on I had to get on the post game show with Nothing But Knicks crew because I was watching it, and I was trying to comment and watch along, and just I didn't want to type anymore. You know what I mean? I was in the chat, and I was just like, I got stuff I want to say. I just can't type. I don't feel like it. Knicks let me down. I don't feel like typing, so I had to get on to speak because it was just too much. It was too much to say that I couldn't get out. But I want to kind of start with the fact that obviously we still know there's a big issue between the starters and the bench. There's a disparity there, but I think we're gonna be okay, guys. I think in the end everything's gonna get worked out. I think the one thing you can say about this Knick team that they've shown you in the past is that they're still a resilient bunch. You know what I mean? There may be things that happen that they have to deal with, that they go through, but they've always bounced back. And that's one of the things that we saw from them last year that we really, really enjoyed and liked. So I would say don't get too crazy about what's going on. There's still gonna be time for us to correct this. We still got a good core. We've got a good coach still. I mean, he was coach of the year for a reason, guys. I know, we may get down on him because sometimes we look at what he's doing and we're like, is he making the right adjustments? Is he, does he see what we see? Is there a reason why he's not playing the rookies? Outside of the normal explanation why he's not playing rookies. But I'm saying, is there more to it? Like, there's a lot of questions we ask of our head coach. But I'm going to try to look at it differently right now, at least for the next, what is this, game 14 or 15? I don't know. But I'm going to try to look at it differently for the next 5 or 6 games. Let's give it a little bit more time, and let's give him some time, because there's a reason why we made it to a 41 game win season last year, when everybody else doubted us. Everybody else had written us off. You guys remember? Go back to the projections of what some of these sports entities thought we were going to be going into the season. CBS Sports, ridiculous. ESPN, ridiculous. I think Bleacher Report was somewhat favorable. I think they had us winning around 30 games, but like ESPN had us in the 20s. I think CBS had us in the low 20s. Just disrespectful. So we did some great things last year, and the Knicks were, they had a passion. And one of the things that we could admit to is that the league didn't see us coming, so they didn't know how to prepare for us. We kind of smacked them in the face with the way we were playing. Our defense was incredible. Our offense was pretty good, being carried by Julius. It wasn't great, and that's part of the reason why we said, this year, or should I say the organization said this year, we got to go out there and make some changes to try to improve on that. But I think there's a lot going on right now in the Knicks community. We're all trying to figure out ways to fix it. Everybody has ideas, and some of them are really good ideas. The only issue is we're not the coaches. We're not the organization. We got no say. So we got to basically watch and see what they do and hope some of the things that they try to do to change things around, or some of the things that maybe we suggested, and so that way we're all happy, right? But I just think we just got to relax. You know what I mean? Saturday morning, sip our coffee out of our Mickey mugs. And I got to get a Knick mug. I don't know what I'm doing. I need a Knick mug and a Knick glass, and then I'll know that I've arrived. I'm working on that, guys. I'm sorry. I think, we just got to be patient and know the ledge. Like my co-host John always likes to say, know the ledge. I think, what is it? It seems like Orlando is playing pretty well after beating us. They did go out there last night and they played the Brooklyn Nets, and Brooklyn Nets barely survived that game, guys. I think it was 105-103 or 103-101. I don't know. I'll double check that, but I think it was 105-103. So that means the Nets, barely won that game against the Orlando Magic. And the Nets, for all intents and purposes, they're a way better team than us, right? They're one of the best teams money can buy. So I'm just saying, guys, that says something. That says, hey, we did not play well, and we did not execute the way we needed to. The other team no matter what, they're an NBA team. They came out and they executed a game plan, and they even made little adjustments during the game to our adjustments, which that's a good coaching job. I'm not saying he's going to be a great coach for the rest of the year. He could make mistakes too, but he made some good choices, good decisions in that game. And maybe he made some good choices and decisions in the Brooklyn Nets game. Versus the Brooklyn Nets as well. And that's why they had a chance to win it. I mean, we saw one of the decisions that, and this is an obvious thing, but even though it's obvious to most people, it still doesn't happen. It has to be orchestrated by the players on the court. I mean, you guys saw, I think it was in the fourth quarter, Thibodeau decided to take, was it Obi? Yeah, I think it was Obi. I could be wrong. But Thibodeau decided to take one of the bigs out, and he went super small. He went 4 guards and Randall, right? I was shocked. I was like, "Oh, this is different. Now this is really small ball. I don't know what's going to happen here." And what happens? The next play, the first thing that happens is that they give the ball to it's Wagner, but I don't know which one. If it was Mo or Franz, I think it was the taller one, the older. I think he's the older one. Yeah, I think that's Mo. They gave the ball to Mo, and Mo, what did he do? First play, he took it right to the rack and dunked on whoever was guarding him, and RJ tried to help. They both got dunked on because they were too small. That's how you play the game. Your adjustments make sense. And that's what I think that, unfortunately, I'm one of the first people to get on Tibbs about not making the proper adjustments. But then again, the more time you go and you talk with other people who are like-minded individuals in the Knicks community, they give you different perspectives. You start to look at things differently. Maybe Tibbs did make the right adjustments, and maybe the players aren't doing it on the court. Maybe Tibbs said, "Hey, guys, do you see what they just did to us? This is what I want you guys to do." And then the guys get on the court, and they're like deer in headlights, and they don't do it. So for that, I'm going to give Tibbs a little bit more room. You know what I mean? Because he's been coaching, for many years at a high level. He knows a lot more, in his pinky than I know in life about coaching. So, and I think we all should kind of sit back and give Tibbs a little more time to get this thing right. A lot of people are saying the 30-game mark is a real good mark to judge. And then maybe that's right. Maybe that's correct. We'll see. Let me just get back to the chat and show some love. Pete P in the building. What's good, man? What's good? And you know what? Just so it's Pete Panagiotopoulos. How about that? See, I don't think I can't say it. I just I want to shorten it. I think I did okay. You let me know if I did all right. Geraldine says, "Facts, 1 game at a time. Let's go Knicks." That's right, Geraldine. Pudge Nice. I can see Cat being here by trade deadline. I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, I would like to see it if it's something that works and we don't mortgage our future in doing so. So that would be great. But I don't know, man. Cat's a big get, regardless of whatever issues he's got going on in Minnesota right now. They ain't just giving their star players away, so that's a tough one. But I like it. I just it can't be. I don't think it can be Cat by itself. Like, we need Cat, and we need to be able to have some type of point guard who can advance the ball and get up and down the court. We need to change the way we play on offense in the starting lineup. We do that and get that type of action going on in the starting lineup, and then the bench comes in. I think we'll be a problem, because then we'll be running up and down the court throughout the whole game, pushing the pace, getting transition baskets, and I think that's the way to win in today's NBA. That's just me. There could be other ways that work better, but I think that's how you got to do it. Pete P says there are 5 roster spots that won't see the court. Tibbs is one of the only coaches in the league that still won't play rookies. He needs to stop coaching like it's 2009. Yeah, man. listen, maybe you're right. Maybe that is the case. He's definitely out there. Still, he has his blueprint that he's following. But I will say, um, I, you know, we got to admit we've seen a little bit more flexibility from him than we've ever seen before. You know what I mean? This past year or so, from what he did when we went on that 9-game win streak, how he was, doing different things with the guys, and this year how he's been a little bit more flexible to do certain things. He doesn't carry it out like every game. It's all about when he feels like doing it. But he's been slightly more flexible, and benching the starters that game and leaving them on the bench was a good sign. Because he always he benched them a couple times and then brought them back in. But when he benched them and left them on the bench, I thought that was a good sign towards him saying, you know what, I'm working with you guys, but you're not making me look good out here. So, I'm gonna let you sit on it and dwell in your sorrow out there from being on the bench. So Pudge says Cat is Jules' best friend. It's interesting. Well, that goes to the point of, would you trade Julius Randle for Cat? If that's the case, I don't think so. And I don't think Cat will want to come here. If they are really close, why would Cat want to come here and not be not have a chance to play with Julius Randle? You know what I mean? Because we could get him here, make the trade, and then he gets here and he's disgruntled. And I don't think any Knicks fan wants to see that. Cat is a good player, but when his head ain't in the game, we don't want that Cat. DSJ in the building. What's up, Delano Steele Jr.? Salute to everyone in the chat. Salute to Ron. Thank you, brother. Thank you. As always. Orlando will definitely be in the play-in. Oh, is that your bold prediction, Pudge? Interesting. Well, you know what? It's a bold prediction, but it's not far-fetched because they are playing good basketball. Like, their talent level is the one thing you got to question. Do they have enough talent to sustain this throughout the season to be able to have a chance at the play-in? Maybe. And one thing I can say is Suggs is going to get better. All right, Suggs is still he's having good games here and there, still trying to find himself in the NBA with the speed of the game and everything and learn people. But by the end of this season, Suggs is going to figure it out. He's a reason why he was a high draft pick. And we saw how he's big time in college, man. He stepped up and made some really big shots. He's a clutch player. I think he'll be fine. It's just going to take some time. So we'll see, man. They do got a young squad over there they got a couple things over there that I like to see. Unfortunately, it's always working against the Knicks, but I guess you got to give them credit. Pete P says, even the good teams play rookies. Who does Tibbs think we are? Well, you know what? I had a conversation about this yesterday, Pete. And while I agree with you, don't get me wrong. I want to see Deuce. I want to see Grimes. I've been saying it. I want to see Jericho a little bit. But I think with Jericho, there's a little bit more going on there. I think because he's an introvert, and I don't want to kind of harp on it because we wouldn't have really known it officially if Derrick Rose didn't come out and say it. But you can kind of see his personality. He's not animated out there. He don't get hype. He's just one of those, I'm doing my job. I'm good at it. Like I can jump high. I can dunk. I can rebound. I'm just playing, So that's the thing about it. But you could see it even if Derrick Rose didn't say it. Like he just has that thing about him. And I think Tibbs looks at that and says, I need him to sit down and watch other guys and watch the game. Because who else was a really big introvert that didn't really say much, didn't really do much, didn't get animated at all really until like later in his career when he was already an old dude. He got a little animated, but he had to be an introvert now that I think about it. That's Mr. Fundamental himself, Mr. Fundies, Tim Duncan. You remember Tim Duncan? I'm saying that, but I'm saying that, for you to think about Tim Duncan. I know you guys know who Tim Duncan is. Just you remember how he played? Remember his facial expressions? This guy had no emotion. So, and he was great. One of the best players in the league. He's top 75, right? So, it is what it is. And Derrick Rose is another introvert. But Derrick Rose shows a little bit more emotion sometimes. He's starting to kind of break that shell a little bit. He still definitely his post-game Press conferences, he's the same, but on the court, he shows some emotion sometimes, and it's really nice to see. Naruto Goku, salute. Good morning. Nice to see you, bro. DSJ says, have we already admitted that Evan Fournier was the wrong player we signed? Not a bad player, but a bad fit. I'm not going to say it yet. What I will say is he's a bad fit, I think, as it's currently constructed for that starting lineup. I think for that starting lineup, the way it is right now, he doesn't work. And it doesn't work for him. So that's the thing I want, other Knicks fans to see too. Evan's not helping us, and we're not helping Evan. It's both, okay? What Evan needs to be good out there on the court, what he needs to feel comfortable, we're not giving him. And because of that, he's not giving us what we paid for. So we need to figure that out. And I think right now the best way to figure it out until you make an actual change of some sort, as far as the trade goes, is to put Evan on the bench and have him play with that second unit. And just let him play. No, restrictions like Tibbs has been restricting him lately. And I think Evan will be fine. You'll start to see Evan get busy. Because part of the problem with Evan, too, is he is losing his confidence. Or maybe he's a very confident guy, but is not happy. So it's either way. He's losing his confidence or he's not happy. Because not only is he not playing well, but he has no chance to play in the fourth quarter. He didn't play in 5 straight games in the fourth quarter. 5 or 4, one of those numbers. I don't know. But that's crazy. For a guy you're paying whatever it is, $19 million a year or whatever, and he's in your starting lineup, that's nuts. So I think if Burks is actually going to start today, which that will be surprising. I hope it's for Evan Fournier. I hope that's the guy who goes to the bench, because if Evan Fournier goes to the bench and plays with that second unit, I think Evan's going to start getting busy. Evan's going to be happy. He's going to have big smiles on his face. I think he's going to start getting busy. But, if Burks is in the starting lineup today, it could be for Kemba, which is a crazy curveball. I don't really love that one. That's not the one I'm digging, because you know what? That just, we've seen Burks run the point guard for us in the past. Can he do it? Yeah. But was he great at it? No, because that's not who he is. Like, that's not the role. Like, he can help facilitate a little bit, but he's not going to push the pace and, break down the defense and get into the paint and drive and dish and stuff like that. He don't do it. That's the type of point guard we need. Someone who's fast, who can get in the lane, cut somebody up, get free, or command the double team if they're shooting well. But forget that. Just the ability to break down the defense and then pass it to the open guy. And then sometimes it takes 2 passes. It's you break down the defense, get into the lane, first pass. That first pass is automatically thinking, I'm waiting for somebody to come to me so I can make the next pass, and that's the shot. At least that's what I learned in basketball when I was growing up, but we'll see. Pete P says not worth more than $12 million, and we gave him 19. Yeah, Pete, you know how it is, man. Unfortunately, New York is a big market town, and we've had some big market issues as far as players wanting to be here. So you just understand that that's going to happen, man. We're going to overpay until we get this thing turned around and we're a winning team, like a perennial winning team, and we're always making the playoffs and we have a chance of being a contender. You can't turn it around. You're going to be overpaying for guys. But I do think we're going in the right direction. And I think once we turn this around and get us at least back to winning games the way we were earlier in the year, maybe not to the level we were doing last year yet, because maybe we're not constructed right. We might need another piece or two or a different piece or two. Then I could say, you know what? Then I'll be like, we can judge Evan Fournier, because if he's still not playing well at that point, then that was a horrible mistake. PP says you could do a lot with the money we paid Fournier. Yeah, you could. It's true. But I want to keep saying this to guys. I'm telling you guys, I've seen Evan Fournier a lot, and he is much better than this. I know it don't look like it to you guys, but he is way better than this. This is not good, and this is not him. He's got no injuries that are holding him back. He can still dunk the ball. He's got no leaping issues. I mean, he don't jump out the gym, but he never really did. The point is, there's nothing physically that's limiting him from playing good basketball. It's just what's going on the court. And remember, once again, it's not even 20 games yet, and this is a new team for him who plays differently. I mean, we played differently than Boston. We definitely played differently than what he was running, what he was used to getting run in Orlando. We just got to be patient. I'm going to keep giving Fournier the life raft because Fournier's situation is different. I saw what he did in that Boston game, and I know what he can do. I've seen a lot of him, and like I said, he was the Knick killer before Terrence Ross was. Terrence Ross just took it to another level. T-Wolves losing, yeah, good for them. Yeah, if that brings Cat here faster, I'm with it. It's Edwards' team now. Now you're talking, Pudge. That's the key right there. Edwards, I think, I'm not saying they have it a rift, but I noticed something, and I think the media in Minnesota is starting to kind of perpetuate that there's something going on between Edwards and Cat. Like it looks like they're trying to make it seem like it's the changing of the guard, and Cat is not happy with it. They show Cat walking off the court while play is still going on because as soon as Edwards gets the ball, he knows the ball's not coming back. So, hey, man, NBA basketball, there's issues out there. Pete says best pronunciation I've heard in a long time. Thanks, man. I try. I looked at it and I'm like, you know what? That's a mouthful. So pause. Stafford Don, blessed day. Stafford Don, salute, brother, salute. Oh, hold on one second. By the way, Stafford Don, man, you a trooper, bro. You guys were up late last night. What was that, like 3 a.m? I was like, I said, I'm about to go to bed. I turned it on. I said, you know, I know they ain't still on. And I clicked and it said live. I'm like, yo, y'all are bugging. But hey, man, I know this is how Freezy is you know, nocturnal, man. This guy. And then when he was explaining earlier in the day about how they used to do the old shows with the draft shows in like 5.5 hours and straight, I'm like, Freezy is a different animal, man. Salute to Uncle Freezy from the Blorange Tears Network, man. Definitely, you know, I know everybody here we're all, you know, all the same type of people, but if anybody's here that doesn't know about Blorange Tears, definitely go check Blorange Tears out. It's not just a show, it's a network. So he's got Uncle Freezy's got a bunch of shows over there with great talent. You got GI, you got G-Man, Sergeant G-Man, you got a Cornerstone Kev, you got Anthony D, you got a Subliminal and sorry, you got Subliminal and you got I'm going blank. Come on, why am I losing it? It'll come back to me. I'll say it. Don't worry. I'm gonna give him his props too. I don't know why I'm forgetting it. And I just watched him rapping too. I was like, man, I didn't know he had that talent. You know, and they've got a bunch of shows, and then Freezy does different takes and different shows himself. You know, you got Free Keith. There's just so much he's got going on over there. So definitely support Uncle Freezy and the Blorange Tears Network. And also the new show, which I hope to see another one. I hope to see another one very soon with my man Stafford Don and my man Soul Finger. Yeah, they've got a new NBA one-on-one show that's pretty dope, guys, and they're covering a lot of stuff that you know, may be a little controversial, but it's the news story that is affecting, you know, other teams in the NBA. So they're talking about a lot of different things, man. So definitely check them out. Whenever that next show airs, you know, stay tuned to the Blorange Tears Network and look out for that. Cully, there you go. Cully, my fault, Cully. No disrespect, bro. I had a brain fart. I couldn't think. Yeah, so Subliminal and Cully got a late night show on the Blorange Tears Network too. So definitely support them as well. Okay, so DSJ says, respectfully, Ron, still depends. We all disagreed with the last rotation. I don't understand why Tibbs elected to bring in Randall instead of Taj when he pulled Mitch. Yeah. No, I don't get it either. Don't get me wrong. Like Tibbs is making some interesting moves. I don't know what he thinks, and that's the thing. Like, it's just tough. It's tough to say because, half of the time we see it and we say, okay, what's the point of this move? But then we're like, all right, they do practice together. Tibbs sees what he sees. Maybe he's thinking because of the matchups. Like maybe Tibbs is looking at this deeper than we are. I don't think Tibbs is a big analytical guy, but maybe certain guys on the court, maybe he knows more about them. Well, I'm sure he knows more about them than we do. Maybe he says, okay, this unit that they got out there, they like to do this when they're playing together. So because they like to do that, I want to take that away. And maybe it's just one thing that they like to do. Like they like to move the ball and all shoot on the right-hand side, or this is their best offensive rebounding unit. So I want to take the offensive rebounding away. So I'm gonna put this. I don't know. Like, but there's a lot of different things in basketball that we don't look at that as a coach and all those other 5 or 6 coaches he's got behind them. Maybe that's the stuff that they pay attention to. And, part of the reason why he makes some of these moves. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm with you, DSJ. Believe me. I'm trying to think positively, man. You know what? Because there's been a lot of negative stuff lately with what's going on with this team. And I think that the season ain't over yet. I think we got some time to turn it around. So I'm thinking positively. Stafford Don says that's false about not playing rookies. Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, yeah, we definitely seen that he played rookies last year. Maybe he was forced to because of politics with OB being drafted 8th, and then the other politics with the Kentucky CAA connection with Quickly. But this year, last year the issue was we weren't a great offensive team last year either. We needed OB and Quickly to try to give us some offensive life, some youth to be able to move the ball. That's what we wanted to bring out. This year we already got them, right? And so now you got these other 3 rookies that you want to incorporate into the game, but then you also added Kemba and Fournier, and you got a healthy Mitch back when he is healthy. You know what I mean? So that's like 5 players technically, even though Quickly and Obi was here last year, but now you're giving Quickly and Obi, or at least hoping to give them more minutes and make them a bigger part of the overall rotation. And then you're adding Fournier, Kemba, and a healthy Mitch. And then, so it's like, I don't really see how you have time to play all these guys. We talked about this in the offseason. Where is there time to play all these other guys? But the problem is we just want to see them a little bit here and there, maybe 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, just when things ain't going right, or just give some of your guys a rest. You know what? Maybe that's what they need. Maybe, sometimes they're out there pressing. They just need to get out of their heads a little bit. Sit them on the bench, let them get 3 minutes, cool off or whatever. Bring Miles McBride in there, bring Grimes in there, or Jericho, whoever it is, and then bring them back out there. That's all we're asking for. Geraldine McIver says Cat played for Tibbs in Minnesota, and the front office fired him his 3rd year. Why do people think Cat wants to play for him? Well, I think I have a good idea of how that whole thing was working, Geraldine. The problem with that was at the time, Tibbs went in there a little bit closed-minded. When he went to Minnesota, he was trying to bring what Tibbs brings, right? What he brought from Chicago. The problem was that was a really young team, and he had a lot of different personalities over there that he had to get used to, and your star player was used to playing with different coaches where he was getting certain star treatment, if you will, and he was being treated a certain way. So it's like being at a job and you're working for somebody and you are doing well at the job, and then the job changes management, and then they come in and they want to have you do certain things. I want you to wear a bow tie at work. No offense, GI, but I'm not really a bow tie guy. Want you to wear a bow tie at work, and you're not used to wearing a bow tie. You don't feel comfortable, but that's what they want. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things, and I think Cat and Tibbs just didn't get off on the right foot. And then it didn't help that, you had Jimmy Butler over there who was trying to get everybody on board with the way Tibbs does things, but his approach was horrible. Like, he was just frustrated, and he thought that the best way for me to get through to all these guys is to go at them, like, toughen them up, which that's another thing. They were kind of soft. So he was trying to toughen them up, calling them trash, calling them garbage to their face in practice, having the practice filmed, and that was wild, man. So I think it was more than just Tibbs, Geraldine. Jimmy Butler didn't help Tibbs' case either, because he was going at these guys, calling them trash and saying all types of stuff. Ain't nobody got heart on this team. He was going crazy. And I think the thing about it is, the reason why I say that it could work is because Tibbs and Cat, they've talked. Tibbs said he talked to Cat, and they since understand each other better. And Tibbs learned, because that experience was a humbling one for him. And that's when I think he went to go work with Doc Rivers with the Clippers, and he got to stay on the bench and be a part of how of that coaching staff. And he got to see how Doc would do things with the young players, and he learned from that. He said, "This is all like Tibbs mentioned all this before he got the Knicks job, or right when he got the Knicks job in the offseason. He was talking about what he feels has helped him to be able to deal with a rebuilding type team and that has young players. So I think that's the case, Geraldine, but who knows? Pete says, true that, Tibbs. I asked Tibbs about Cat last year. Tibbs said he would love to. Yeah. So same type of stuff. They both played at Kentucky together, right? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a lot of young guys. They play hard. Mo Bamba has improved a lot. Yeah, Mo Bamba's. Listen, there was like 3 seasons of Mo Bamba every year. I'm like, my friend who used to tell me, yo, Mo Bamba is nice. We used to play NBA 2K, and he used to kill me with Mo Bamba. I was like, this dude sucks. Why is he killing me? He had a lot of skill. He had a lot of things he could do, and shooting threes and dunking on you and aggressive on the boards. But for whatever reason, Orlando's management and their coaching staff was bad, man. I got to say it. They were bad. I don't care who they had over there. If you're not playing Mo Bamba and you have this guy sitting on your bench playing 3, 4, 5 minutes a game, it was ridiculous. Yeah, they wasted a talent over there. They could have been getting this from Mo Bamba a lot earlier. Mo Bamba's good. Geraldine said, that's what Tibbs said. I don't always believe what he says. We don't know what Cat thinks. Well, I will say this, Geraldine. I also think Cat is in a better place mentally. He's gone through a lot of devastation in his life with all the stuff that the family loss and all that, with the situation with the health protocol stuff. But he's happy now. He's got his girlfriend. Or I don't even know if they're fiance or whatever, but whatever. Anyway, he's got that situation. He's really happy. I think she gives him that inner peace that he needs right now to kind of stabilize his life. I think he's in a better place. Plus, when Tibbs left, he got a different coach, and he saw how things went with that coach. It wasn't looking good. So I think he respects Tibbs a little bit more. P says, I get it. We have to have patience. We are still playing better than the beginning of last year. Yep, that's correct. Phil Jackson never played rookies. Never really had to. You know what I mean? Greg Pop don't play rookies much either. Yeah, Greg Pop, he doesn't really. He doesn't really. And that's the reason why a lot of these young players, sometimes they don't necessarily work out for San Antonio because they're impatient. Like, they want a ball. These guys got talent. We talk about DeJounte Murray all the time, right? And he plays, but I'm just saying, like, he didn't start. Like, they've had him for a minute. They got a couple other young guys that have been over there that haven't really got the chance to. My man Lonnie, he's finally starting to play, but like, it took him a minute to really open up to Popovich's eyes. So, like, it is what it is with these older coaches that are have a proven track record of winning. I didn't say winning championships because I'm throwing Tibbs in there, so I'm not doing that. I'm just saying winning in general. We know who Popovich is. Facts. No pressure. I think Burke's starting tonight. You may be right. That may be it. We'll see. You think Evan will be dangerous off the bench? I think so. I think so too, man. think that's the case. MH, salute. Right. The Knicks need to destroy Houston, no doubt about it. Fat. Yo, look at my man. May 4th, bro. Where you been? Come on, man. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Where you been? I think you were one of the first people to ever jump on and still Knicks fans, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope everybody's good, family and everything. Grimes may never get shine. It may take a minute, man. But remember, like I said, the Knicks is just trying to figure it out right now, and they're trying to get everything together. But don't think that if a trade comes down the line, Knicks gonna have to give up some assets, and that may be a few players to get a deal done as far as also with salaries and stuff. So at that point, Grimes may get his shot because we may have less players, so there's less minutes to worry about. We may do like a 3-for-1 or something. I don't want to think about it because I don't know who might be going. So let me stop talking about it right now. It's bad. It's bad. Salute, May. Salute, fam. Stafford Don. I know. Salute. Yeah, tonight's going to be an interesting game. Once again, guys, if you don't know, tonight's game is at 5 p.m., all right? So don't think it's at 7 or 7:30. You'll miss it if you do that. It's at 5 p.m. tonight. It's an early one. MH says, don't see why Grimes can't get 10 minutes. Don't need to remove any guy from the rotation. Well, actually, 10 minutes is tough. 4 minutes, something like that, maybe not a problem. But in a 48-minute game, with you already knowing kind of the rotation, you know Kemba gets around 15 to 20 minutes. You know Julius gets his – well, lately he's been getting less, but Julius usually gets around 33 minutes around there. We're trying to find a way to get Obi more minutes. So that means cutting into a little bit of Julius's minutes, but also it means trying to play Obi at a different position. And I think one of those positions that Obi hasn't really played too much at, but probably needs to play more at in order for him to get more minutes, is at small forward. And then when you think about that, right now you got RJ playing small forward, right? So then you're cutting into RJ's minutes? No, they don't really want to do that. So if anything, if that's the case, then they move RJ to the 2 guard because there's a lot of minutes to be had there because we're not getting a lot out of that 2 guard position. And then that means the small forward position opens up where Obi can kind of play a little bit more there. But then if RJ is playing more at the 2 guard, then that means that's where Grimes would be, right? So I see why the minutes aren't there, but I just feel like there's a way that you should think about how I can get some minutes for some of these young guys at different spots. And maybe they both can't play. I'm not saying they both got to play in the same game. Maybe one game you put Grimes out there. Maybe one game you put Deuce out there. But it's not as easy as it sounds. I thought it was too, MH. I did. But when I thought about it, and I think who helped me understand it was Queen, Steph from the Queen's Court. She kind of explained it to me and made me look at it a little differently. And, that does make sense. So, Pudge, who was in the starting lineup yesterday at practice? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. They didn't focus on everybody who was out there. They just kept focusing on Burks because they saw Burks with that blue jersey. So I don't know. I would love to know that myself. Media state and beef. Yeah, facts. Tibbs will keep the rotation until they mesh. You're probably right. He's stubborn. But also, I think he wants the best for the team, and he feels like that's the best way to do things, right? To kind of get the best out of these guys. You need them all to play. Like, we need our starters to win games. It may not be the same, lineup, but you need your starters to be productive. They was on what? Damn, Pudge. They was on till 5 a.m. Yo, Stafford Don, was you there till 5 a.m, B? Come on. Yo, you crazy. If you was on, because I know you was on at 3. Freezy is a beast. Yeah. The work never stopped. Okay, player. I hear you, man. Thank you, Cully. Yes. I think I got to him. Give me Grimes. Oh, yeah. For the love of the game. Can't forget them. Can't forget them. Yeah, man. They had an interesting show last night. It was more hip hop related, but it was really like, that's the good thing about For the Love of the Game. If you guys haven't already checked them out, For the Love of the Game is a really good show, man. It's hosted by Hard Will, my man Worldwide L, and Project Nerd HQ. These guys are all really good guys. They grew up together. They're from the same neighborhood in Far Rockaway. They got a really good mix over there, and they just and there's so many people that came from that Far Rockaway area, and they all kind of still keep in touch, and they show love, and they come back and support the show, and they come on the show. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, the guy they had on last night, Corpus is his name, hip hop dude, rapper. He was breaking down the game to them, kind of how payola works and different things in the industry, trying to get your music played. And he was, he went to school with these guys. He knows them, so that's love. That's what I'm saying. Like, they got something special over there. It's different from some of the other shows. They give you hip hop, they give you R&B. They'll have Nick legends on there. They'll they'll talk about the Nick games just like we talk about the Nick games. It's a really good movement. It's not just a channel, it's a movement. That's the way to say. I know that used to be the word that everybody was using, right? It was like movement, and then it's culture. Well, they got a movement. So salute to them, and definitely check them out, For the Love of the Game. I appreciate you for bringing that up, Delano Steele. All right, Hope Noel plays today. Garenfer. Did I say that right? Garenfer. I think that's it. I could be wrong. Mr. Garenfer or Hernandez. I hope Noel plays today too. We'll see. Yeah, man, Pudge, that was special. Y'all, I don't think. I mean, I've been saying it. I said it last night. I was talking with CT on it was one of those things where, like, Divine asked me a question about Still Nick fans and kind of like why we got involved in Still Nick fans and why it was created. And the whole thing is, like, one of the things I mentioned was also the fact of watching Ron Cleveland from the Man show, which we definitely miss him. Glad he's doing what he wants to do in his life and following his calling. But we definitely miss his Nick takes. We definitely miss seeing him and hearing that voice, man. I can't say it, but it's just, the way he got that Southern twang with that deep voice. Oh, man. So it was great because I called in yesterday to the Blorange Tears network, and Freezy had a show on, and I had called in, said what I had to say. I got off, and then not too long later, like 5-10 minutes later, Ron Cleveland jumped on, man. We haven't heard from Ron Cleveland in a minute, man, since he stopped doing the show. At least that was the first time I heard him call in and seen his face, man. It was great to see him. So that was a special moment for me. I was really excited. And the fact that me and him share the same name, I'm honored because Ron Cleveland is the dude. So definitely salute to him, Mr. Ron Cleveland. Man. Thank you. Geraldine says, I don't dislike Tibbs, but after the stunt in Minnesota with a better roster, he was the coach and general manager and only lasted 3 years, in my opinion. TikTok. Tibbs is on the clock. Yeah, well, maybe that was a situation where Tibbs got more than, he's comfortable with. They gave him a lot of control out there. And, when you give people who haven't had that type of experience, having that type of control, sometimes things don't always work out. And we know he was also stuck in his ways. So he's learned more since then. I look at Fournier, and I just see the athleticism and strength to be really good. Shooting guard or small forward. I hope I am wrong, but we'll see. Oh, I just don't see the athletic. Yeah. Strength-wise, I think he's okay. The athleticism, yeah, it's not there. But he never really needed that because he's a European player and he's very crafty. Staffordon said tomorrow at 4. Oh, okay, so that means your show with Soulfinger is going to be tomorrow at 4. Then definitely I will be checking that out. All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I someone else had said that they like the cap too, man. So I said, you know what, let me see if I could try to find it online. It's just so I could tell him where to get it, because he was telling me about it, and I haven't found it anywhere. So I had got it one time at I think I got this from Lids, um, and I haven't seen it since. I have seen they do have another one with just this part, and this is just straight black. This actually is kind of like one of those things, like with it has that material that when the light hits it, it changes color. Um, yeah, but when there's no light, it's just black. Thought it was pretty dope. So thank you, Deron Wayne, and salute to you, brother. Geraldine said you can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's the same coach he's always been. It's true. That's true. Jimmy Butler talked his way into Mac's contract. It was a slick tactic he pulled on Tibbs. Yeah. DSJ says Karl Anthony Towns is a very talented player, but questionable work ethic. Don't know if he fits well with the Knicks culture-wise. That is still the question too, man. We don't know. It's one of those things where we're kind of like hoping to get a star player in here. We don't. It's got to be the right star player. You know what I mean? We don't want to just get somebody in here and then it becomes worse, and then we stuck. Because then if it don't work in New York, you know how that works, right? You get a disgruntled player at some team that don't work out, then your team gets them, and now the rest of the league sees, oh, he didn't work there. Now you got him. He's not working at your team either. I don't want him. And then we stuck with him. You know what I mean? Knicks 100. Appreciate you. Salute. PP Tibbs plays rookies. Look at the teams like the Bulls play. Ayo Dosunmu play 15.7 minutes a game on a good team. He was a second-round pick. Yeah, but once again, guys, look, I'm not fighting with any of y'all. I'm not trying to, be in Tibbs' corner when it comes to these rookies. I'm just looking at the facts of what I'm actually seeing. Other teams play rookies. There's teams that have to play rookies because they don't have talent. The Detroits, the Orlandos, the Houstons, those teams you're gonna see rookies. We know that off the bat. Then there's good teams that play rookies, like the Warriors, which is the greatest example because they are playing out their minds. They look fantastic. Their defense is good. Their offense is phenomenal, and they are playing their young guys too when they have the moment. But they can do that because their team is good. Everything is working. If they put the rookie in there, they could put that team is playing so well. They could put a rookie out there for 20 minutes and you wouldn't even notice, because not every rookie, one rookie. They could put one rookie. They could put Kuminga out there for 20 minutes and that team will still be winning because everything else around in that team is working well. You got Steph Curry playing great. All the other guys, these other guys that they got on the team are playing fantastic. They got some journeyman guys that are not the journeyman. No, they're young guys who have been in the league for a couple years, but they're not star players, but they're great role players, and they're playing well. So when you have that type of culture and that type of situation, you can take chances and put rookies out there, and it doesn't affect anything. You know what I mean? Because they got everything clicking. And you got another team. You just mentioned it, the Bulls. Bulls is different because they need to play their guys too, because they put all their money and effort and emphasis into the starting lineup. If you look at the Bulls bench, who do they have? They got, Caruso. That's their big draw, and he's great. Don't get me wrong, I like Caruso. But look at the rest of the bench. Who they got on the bench? The AO is a big piece. They need to have him out there playing. That's what I mean. Like, the rookies play because it all fits the proper narrative for these teams. It all makes sense. The Bulls don't got a bench like that. I was looking at the bench the other day and I was like, man, these Bulls are winning these games, and look at this bench. So that means they're doing everything with the starters and Caruso. It's the starters and Caruso. And then the guys on the bench, the reason why they're being effective is because I was looking at, going back to the plus or minus guys. I know, I'm sorry, but I'm starting to look at that now. I'm looking at their games and their pluses. They're not scoring a bunch of points. They might score 5, 6, 7 points, each of them, if that, but they're not hurting the team. So when you got guys out there that are playing, good basketball, they're playing decent defense, and the starters are doing what they're doing because those starters are playing out of their minds, it's how you win games. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the reason why you see some of these young guys playing. There's always reasons. The Knicks, however, have Julius Randle, Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, Derrick Rose, Manuel Quickley, Obi Toppin, Alec Burks, Nerlens Noel, Taj Gibson. That's 11 players, and I haven't mentioned the rookies yet. 11 guys. It's a different situation. So I get it. I'm frustrated like you guys too, but it's just different for us. Mo Bamba doesn't suck, but they needed to develop him, and he was trying to bulk up to stay on the court. Bamba was a pushover. No, he was. But I still think he should have played more. Like, there was nights I was seeing Bamba playing 4 or 5 minutes, and that team, it's not like Orlando was great. Like, I don't know why they wasn't playing him a little bit more. Like, I don't know. But I agree that you're right. Maybe he wasn't ready, but he still deserved. I mean, he was I don't know how many years he's played, 3 or 4 years already. He definitely deserved to play a little bit more than that. And it's not like they were great at center. They weren't. Salute. Uh, 5 hours, wow. Start Obi and AB. Interesting. Hans Gamer, salute. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. CTTV Games. Salute. Yeah, we need the luck today. We need it. Salute. DSJ. Denver, too. They throw a rookie in the mix. Yeah. Once again, but Denver has that same type of thing. They're they got a good culture. They're winning games, for the most part. I know this year's a little different, but PP makes sense. Teams that are really good or bad can play their rookies more. We are kind of in the middle. Exactly. This is what's hurting us, guys. That's the reason why we don't see our rookies. Remember, our big draw, and the big thing that everybody's talking about is how good our bench is, how we might be one of the deepest teams in the league. If we're one of the deepest teams in the league, where do we have a chance to play these rookies? If we say we got 11 guys who all can play on this team, I don't know. That's what makes it tough. Pudge Knight says, easy win today. And we'll see. And Pete P, if we aren't going to play rookies, though, and we are in win now mode, why not trade the picks? Well, Pete P, I think that is the $1 million question, which is what we're going to have to see what they do when we get closer to the time to be able to make those trades. I know people keep saying December 15th, but that doesn't mean we're actually going to do something then. We'll see. But yeah, that's the question. That is the question that the Knicks organization has to ask themselves. And I don't think they want to ask it right now. I think they don't want to talk about this yet. They want to hope that this team figures it out so they don't have to make some drastic move and alter their original plan. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see, because it's definitely it's a question. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. Knicks 100 said we're about to get deeper. Let Luka have 2 more 25-point games. Yeah, Luka's he's balling out over there. He's balling out in Westchester. Now, the only problem I have with Luka is, and it's not him. It's not him at all. It's the fact that watching him play, sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, you see how bad the G League is. The G League sometimes reminds me of college, basketball, because sometimes college basketball and college football, those type of sports, they make these guys look incredible because they're playing against people who are not moving at the same speed that they're moving. And when I see the way Luka is just going up and down the court, shredding these dudes, I'm like, you know what? Luka might be really good. I mean, he's good, but I don't know if he's that good. You know what I mean? Like, some of this defense is a little lax in this G League. I will say, though, it's nice to see him starting to shoot the outside shot more. Because in the beginning, he was getting these 25-point games, and he was just driving to the rack, dunking on people, getting layups. Like, You know, that doesn't really show me anything. But now he's starting to get back to, because we know he can shoot a little bit. He's been shooting a little bit, so he's working on other things, which is good. That's what the G League is for. Go down there and ball out, and get your stuff together and come back and show us what you can do against the NBA competition. But remember, who was the guy that we picked up and he was in the G League? Jimmer Fredette, was that his name? Jimmer Fredette, I think that was him. He put up some incredible numbers in the G League. Like, he was going nuts. I think he had some 50-point games. I don't know if he had a 60, but I think he definitely had some, might have had some 50-point games. He was balling out of his mind. What did he do for the Knicks? Not a damn thing. So, you know, G League can kind of mess you up. Make you think you better than you are, or make us think you better than you are. But that being said, Luka gives us, you know, the ability to get to the basket. He has a decent shot. His shot is probably more consistent than Obi's, and he got that good size. So I think he could help our team. I do feel like that. Once again, you know, we play him. Who we're taking minutes from? Pete, salute, man. You got it. I'm going to watch Luka on Wednesday. Okay. All right, Pudge. He's a project. Yeah, I agree. He looked like a giant out there. He does, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Jimmer beasting in China. Yeah, well, Jimmer, don't get me wrong. Jimmer is, you know, one thing about Jimmer, he could shoot. The only problem with Jimmer is, that's what he did. He could shoot. Now, wait, hold on. I don't forget. Now, I just remembered. The only special thing about Jimmer is what he was doing in the G League. It wasn't called the G League at that time, but what he's doing in the G League is he wasn't just shooting. He was getting like triple-double type stuff numbers. He was balling. But when he came to the Knicks, he wasn't doing it. I mean, he wasn't doing even a little bit of that. Pete P says Brazdeikis and Jared Harper had a great G League stats last year too. G League numbers are inflated. Yeah, man. I feel so bad for Brazdeikis. Iggy was my guy, man. And the fact that he played so good in Canada, and RJ said that he was a baller, and it hasn't translated into the league. I mean, he's not even getting substantial minutes on a bad team, like where they need players. Sad stuff. So, you know what I want to do, guys? This just warms my heart. I think it'll warm your hearts too. You know what? Let's just take a quick look at this real quick. You know, make us feel good. It's not bad. 2-minute flow, and let's give him a little love, because we may not see this for a minute. You know what I mean? Because they finally let him loose, but then they brought him back. So, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with him. But let's just put this out there real quick. That's right. That is him. He is that guy. Miles Deuce McBride, man. Show him some love, man. Got a chance to go out there and get a little G League love. Played one game with Westchester and balled out. 25 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. I mean, he played a lot of minutes, played 41 minutes, but just the fact that he was able to get a little love out there and he was on. Like, he was doing his thing. So I was just happy to see that, man. You don't know, like, it's tough when you see these guys, these young guys, that you want them to be out there helping your team, but you understand there's other things kind of holding them back. So just to be able to see him out there balling, when I know he's the one out of everybody that hasn't played anything. Like Grimes, we saw play for like a quarter. We saw Jericho play different moments, you know, here and there for a couple minutes here and there, but we hadn't seen anything from Grimes other than like a couple minutes in garbage time. So yeah, it was nice to see that. It was nice to see that. I was really, really happy for it. So Pud said Iggy stink. Oh man, Knicks 100 Powell. Okay. All right. Powell. All right. It's interesting. Deuce plays 94 feet every play. Yep. Deuce going to be nice once he gets minute. Yeah, I agree. I hope he does, man. Deuce equals dog. Yeah, that's a fact. He just, you know, he needs a chance just to get out there and kind of play with the guys and learn the speed of the game. But it's not going to be overnight, and it's going to be little by little whenever he does get out there, guys. Don't expect him to play a lot. So, you know, we just hope for the best, man. We hope for the best. Deuce was our best player in the summer league, in your opinion. Yeah, well, hey, I can't fault that. I thought Deuce was really good. I thought Grimes played really well in those last 3 games, I think. But I'm going to give it to Obi, man. I think Obi showed me a lot. Obi had some moves. He had that slick up and under stuff. He had that spin move that he had. And he was averaging around 20-something points for the summer league. He was one of the top 10 summer league players in the whole summer league. He was in that top 10. So I got to give Obi some credit, man. But I definitely loved what I saw from Deuce. I agree. I was really happy with the way he played. So yeah, guys, like that's the thing. Like that's kind of, you know, what I wanted to touch on and hit when it comes to what we've seen with this Knicks team in recent times, what happened with you know, the Orlando game and what that turned out to be. Beans is on the Luka train, man. I ain't got no Luka highlights, B. I don't know if that's real yet. No, I'm just playing. Nah, man, I just had to get the Deuce up, man. The Deuce, you know what? I'll see what I can do. I don't know if I could pull it off. Let me see what I can do. I don't know if I can pull it off while I'm still recording this. But what I want to do right now is I want to be able to send the link, so I can open up a little bit. So Beans, if you're available, feel free. DSJ, I don't know if he's still around. Appreciate you. Yeah, the Luka thing, I don't know if I can do it, man, because you know it might affect the stream. So I would definitely do it. I probably should have did it, but you know, Luka's starting to become a person that we're thinking about right now. But you know, most of us was already like we were happy to see what was going on with Deuce, man. We just wanted to see Deuce out there. What's good, Beans?
Shout out my boy Ron, still Knicks fans, man. Shout out to your partner too, man. Word. What's good with you, man? It's a pleasure to be up here, man. What's going down, man? Talk about it.
Hey, man, it's the same old stuff, man. Just talking about these Knicks and kind of talking people off the ledge and talking myself off the ledge, realizing that it's still early. It's just tough, man. When you've been a Knicks fan and deal with all this mediocrity and seeing how we've been playing and everything we've been going through, sometimes you just want to, you just want to really give it to the team and let them know how disappointed you are. But it's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Like, I got butterflies in my stomach, man. Like, I can't wait for 5 o'clock to come, man. Like, we gotta, I ain't even gonna say they owe us, man, but they owe themselves, man, and they owe us, yeah, man. They owe us too, man. The way they've been performing, man. They need to go out here, man, get this W, man, and just show us like it's still hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, if McBride get in there and show out, like, it's gonna be crazy.
Right. I agree. Like, that's what I want to see, man. I want them to go out there and do their thing. Like just play ball, play free. Like, let's get back to that. And it's tough, man, because every time something bad is happening with this team, they may make a correction, they may work on it, get it straight, and then something else is wrong. Like, before it was the defense. Now, people starting to look at the defense, and we're comparing the defense to last year's defense, and we're seeing, oh, well, they're actually playing the same type of defense right now. So then what's the problem? We ain't scoring. Like, it's always something with this team.
And do you know what else we leaving out too? We ain't scoring, but everybody else got better too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the same defense from last year ain't gonna really matter if everybody got better.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying Tibbs, he should have known that and adjusted it or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can we get an adjustment?
Nah, I hear you. I mean, that is the thing. But I will say that, the fact that we were scoring 111 points in the first few games of the season, and now we dropped down to the last 4 or 5 games, we averaging maybe 97 or 98, something like that. I don't know. It was one of them numbers. We definitely struggling. I mean, to go 111 points to under 100, that's at least 11-point difference. So that's tough. That hurts you.
That's definitely the difference between the win and the loss, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Our defense can be as good as it wants, but if we're not scoring, like you said, and if we're not scoring and we're not playing defense, it's gonna be bad. But like Tim always says, right? The principle is what? Defense. That's what we hang out at. That's what we was known for. You know what I'm saying? Now it just feel like teams is like walking us down. Like, we could be up 20, 25 points, and then it's like we already know, like, all right, they're gonna make some type of run. All right, how we gonna respond to the run? Next thing you know, we down 15.
I mean, that's the truth, man. That's the problem. Like, we can't, like, it's almost like we got to play perfect basketball, because anything we do, any little mistake we make, affects everything we got going on. We can't recover. Like, that's the one thing. Like, the Knicks have been one of them teams. Like, whenever we get some type of adversity, this team has been solid, man. Like, last year, they came back from all types of deficits. They did all types of stuff. This year, we struggling.
Yeah, but you know what? Last year it felt way more energetic too, and then Randall was really in his zone last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say he's not the same player, because obviously he's the same player. He just need do a little bit more adjusting. But we need that same Randall we had last year, and we not even getting half of that. I feel he's doing the playmaking, he's doing the rebounding, but I'm looking at his mental. You know what I'm saying? How did you get better seeing the game? You know what I'm saying? That's where it count at. You know what I'm saying? Like, how, when the double team coming, why you still taking too long? Why you still doing that spin move? Why are you still shooting fadeaways on players 5'10" and 6'1" and you 6'9"? You know what I'm saying? All that is mental.
Facts. Hold on one second. Let me get my man Stafford Don in here real quick. Let me check this real quick. I just want to see how this looks. Working on some stuff for the future. All right. It's all right. Anyway, what's up, Staffer?
What's good, my G? What's good, my G? What's up, Big Beans?
Was goodbye.
Hey, stop it.
What's good with you, man? Come on, man. You know how this Knicks talk, bro. It's 24/7, man. Talk about it.
I'm blessed to be alive, bro, because a semi-truck hit me yesterday, bro.
What?
Yeah,
when did that
man,
happen?
right off the whole end of my car, bro.
Oh, man, your neck and your back. I can see your neck hurt already.
How you know?
I was there. I was your witness. I was there.
Man, B, I'm glad you're okay, brother. That's crazy.
Yeah, to God be the glory, you know what I'm saying? I'm alive. It goes more worse, you know what I mean?
You can always get a new car, bro.
Facts. It's just material, you know, but just the whole stress of the repairs and the insurance and
Damn, man. It was. Hold on. Did you? I'm not trying to make light of it, but did you see who the driver was of the semi?
Yeah.
It wasn't Uncle Freezy, was it?
Nah.
Because Uncle Freezy was talking about your car, like, "Yo, what's up with Stafford Don? I like that car, man. Watch Uncle Freezy, B."
Shout out to Blorange Tears, man.
Yeah.
Man. Shout out to my
anybody in the building, get them likes up, man. Hit them likes, man. This is live NB, not non-scripted Knicks talk, man. Let's go.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, man. I don't. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I don't know if I could do it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for that. But you know what? I owe you guys that. So the next time I do a post game or whatever, I'm gonna, because I mean, hopefully he maybe he'll be with our team, but I doubt it. But so I owe you that, Beans. Next time I do a post game, I'm gonna get the Luka highlights.
Yeah, man, we need you throwing them a grind. You got to show them both love, man, because Luka showed out too. Then Luka had like 35 and 15.
Luka got busy. He got busy.
But Ron, to your point earlier, man, the same Jimmy Fredette thing. They put up good numbers in the G League. That don't mean it's gonna translate to the big game, Beans.
Yeah,
so you gotta take that in consideration too.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not saying it can't happen, but you know what I mean.
But he did his thing. But let's don't forget, he dominated college too. Mm-hmm. When he came out of college, he was like I think he's still number one, like the number one average ever. Like he was crazy in college.
You mean Jimmer?
Yeah, Jimmer.
Yeah, Jimmer was he had the national record. That dude would light it up, man.
And then he just got to the big boys and just
them college systems, man. Them college systems are like that. You know who was like that too? JJ Redick. You remember what JJ Redick did in college? This dude was on fire, man. They light it up. Another guy who led the nation in scoring, averaged like 30-something points a game. Doug McDermott.
I was about to say that. Remember Dougie was in college?
Mm-hmm.
You know who was the next person too? I think, what's his name? Tyler Halliburton.
Halliburton?
The tall white kid.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about, right?
I know you talking about.
And when he got to the NBA, you ain't hear nothing about him no more.
Shut him down.
It's true. Like that's just how it is, man. Like that's why it's tough with college. College gives you the best thing I look at when I look at college players is how they play in the tournament, like in these big situations. If they get the ball in the last seconds and they're able to hit big shots or at least make big baskets, those are the guys I look at for that type of stuff. I can't look at if you score 30 points a game, because who's a good example of that right now that's in the NBA this year for Detroit, who I wanted on the Knicks, by the way, the tall center guy that they sent to the G League, and now he's back up and he's getting worked. Like they working this dude in the NBA. I think he's a Luka too. A lot of Lukas, yo.
Don't he?
What's his name? Hold on. I'm sorry. Y'all can talk. I gotta find this because I gotta make sure I know.
But yo, Steph, man, what you think about the game today, bro? Talk to me, man.
I'm nervous, bro. I ain't going to even front. I'm nervous because the reason why I say that is because we cannot guard when it comes to athletic guards. We have problems, bro.
Yeah,
we have problems guarding them, and I don't know, man. Kimber, oh my goodness, it's just tough talking about it, Beans.
Yeah, but you know what? With the athleticism, it go both ways because when we can't guard it and they can't, like, they shut us down. Like, for some reason, Randall got a problem with athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Not saying just him, but like RJ, he got a problem with athleticism when he go to the bucket. We already know Kimber got a problem with, like, it's just our whole first lineup got a problem with that, and that's where we need changes at.
But Ron, I totally agree with you, dog. As far as Randall getting back to bully ball,
he
needs to get. But I need to see the Randall that was in the Boston game.
Yep.
These other 14 games, I don't know what happened. He's my dog. I'm not throwing him under the bus. But I need to see the Randall that was in the Boston game where he put us on his back, scored 30, whatever, and then everybody fill in.
Right. I agree.
I totally agree with you on that, Ron. Because I think if he doesn't get back to that status, we not going nowhere. We are going right back to the lottery, and you're gonna have GI talking about he's happy for this soft tank and going to get Amani Bates. And I don't want to go back to the lottery, bro. You know how long we haven't been relevant, Ron?
Right. I mean, come on now. We finally got something cooking. I hear you. I'm with you on that.
We just got out the lottery 1 year. We've been out the lottery 1 year.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you, Beans. The people talking about soft tank and all these things, and
believe me, Tibbs is not tanking. He's playing the best of his. Shit, man. Tibbs ain't tanking.
Family show, Beans.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
That's why I caught myself like, ooh, like, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna tank, bro. It's just the talent that we got. It's just the talent. It's so bad it looked like we soft tanking. That's how bad it's getting. It looked like we soft tanking.
It's true. I think. Oh, and I found that I was on my Uncle Freezy. Y'all talk real quick in the camera. Yeah, it was Luka Garza. There's mad Lucas in the league. What's going on with that?
He's playing for Detroit, though.
Right, but you know what he's playing? What he's doing for Detroit? 3.9 points a game in 9.8 minutes. Right? Do you know what Luka Garza did in college?
But he's not even. Oh, okay. We talking about the college. My bad.
Yeah, Luka Garza averaged 24 points a game with 8 rebounds and 2 assists and almost 2 blocks last year. The year before that, 23.9 with almost 10 rebounds and almost 2 blocks. Like the difference between college and the NBA is no joke.
Facts.
Yeah, that you're right. You're right. But we've seen it all before, though. It's not like just start happening. It's been happening for a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think more kids gonna start going like straight to the G League. Yeah, I think instead of college. What you think about that?
Well, say that again, please. I didn't hear the question.
I said I think more kids gonna start going like to the G League instead of going to college.
No, what that's the thing that I think Adam Silver is pushing.
You know they about to let the 18-year-olds back in after high school.
Right, for the kids to go to high school straight to the G League for them to get a little experience.
Straight to the league. They about to let them back in the league.
Boys.
Right, Ron? Am I correct?
Yeah, no. And in the 2023 draft, they're coming right into the league. They don't have to go into the G League.
Yeah, they can come straight to the league.
But
So
some of
that's
them
going to
ain't
be
gonna be
interesting.
ready, though. That's the thing about it, though, man. Some of them ain't gonna be ready, bro.
Well, I think what Adam Silver did say, which I don't know, I'm not going to quote him, but I think what he mentioned was that at that time, these guys don't have to come straight into the league. Of course, they're going to come. They want the money, but some of them, if they want, they can go into the G League and do some training in the G League first to get themselves right. So, I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. I'm sure they have some type of contingency plan, because what you don't want is high school guys to come into the league and get overwhelmed and it looks like a bad product. Because remember, the NBA is a business, so they if you're gonna come in, they want you to ball out too.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna be dope, because like out of all 30 teams, I think 28 got G League affiliates so far. I think it's only like a couple teams that don't have a G League team. But I think that's gonna be dope, because you come straight out of high school, you get drafted, and then you go to the G League. You know what I'm saying? And then we teach you, and then you come up from there like a farm system type thing. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that might be a nice look. And the Knicks got a lot of picks in that draft.
What? We got like 18 twos, don't we?
22 second round picks or something like that.
we got Jay-Z numbers, 22 twos. Yeah, it's crazy. Right? Let me get to this question real. Well, it's not a question, more of a statement, but it's an interesting statement. Pete P says Knicks shooting 38 threes per game. That's too many with the personnel we have, in my opinion. What you guys think about that?
Well, in the season, Tibbs said he wanted to shoot at least 30 to 35 threes a game, because that's the new norm in the NBA now, shooting more threes. But as we say, you can't live by the three; you're gonna die by the three. So once the three is not hitting, we need to find a different way of getting easy buckets, and I think that's something that we got to try and figure out. Is either we try and run more pick and roll with Randall, and hopefully he could roll a little more. We find Mitch a little more, his hands be a little more glued to the ball. Try and run hard screens for Fournier, because if you look at Fournier, he is a rhythm shot player. So and if you watch the European games, I think I heard Mark saying this. They set a lot of screens for him. So, besides all these threes that we've taken, we need to find more spacing and more easy buckets. But with all of these threes, I don't think we could sustain that for the whole 82 game season.
Right.
All right. What I think is, I'm gonna go a little Tibbs here. I think as long as it's the right threes, I think we can sustain it, and it got to be in rhythm. It can't be forced. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to be like in the rhythm of what we doing, in the rhythm of the game, and it can't be forced. Like, you can't come down with 20 seconds left on the shot clock and shoot a three. That's a bad three.
Right.
We want ball rotation. You know what I'm saying? Ball rotation, you know what I mean? Open man. And then you know what we got to stop? Stop going for the great three and take the good three. That been killing us too, overpassing. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to see him take the right threes. And I think we can sustain it as long as we in rhythm.
True.
Yeah.
But Ron, aren't we still like a top 5 in 3-point goal percentage?
I don't think we are anymore, man. Hold on, I'll check that out. You
got to be quick on that keyboard, man. You got to be quick, man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Beans, don't put pressure on my boy, man.
Nah, man.
Yo, man, I ain't making yet. I don't got time. I don't got money to hire grips. I need people to do the stat stuff for me, man. Feed me the numbers. But yeah, no. But our shooting percentage, I'm about to say that it's gonna be bad. So, but I will say we were good at one point, but remember, we've been really bad lately. We've been horrible.
Now we want your answer to the question.
Oh, to the question? Yeah, I think we take way too many threes, man. I'm thinking there's nothing wrong with taking threes and stretching the floor because that's how today's NBA is playing. But you ain't knocking them down. You can't be doing it.
Right.
You got to work with what you got. And if you ain't knocking them down, you need to change your strategy, man, because we out here jacking up. I was so upset at the game the other day, and I don't even know if it was the Orlando game or the Pacer game, but Alec Burks had the ball, and it was like at the 18-foot point. He was wide open for the shot, and this dude dribbled back to the three-point line and passed the ball around the perimeter to find a wide open. It wasn't even a wide open three. It was a contested three when he had a wide open two. Like, that's the type of game. That's foolishness to me. I don't understand what you're doing. Yeah, that don't make any sense.
Overpassing.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
And what kind of killed me too is that Randall, again, bro, you came in at the last, I think it's 4 or 2 minutes, bro, and you don't even take a shot, bro. That kind of irked me, Ron.
Yeah.
You supposed to be a leader, bro.
Engine.
You understand what I'm saying? You supposed to try and take over the game at that. I understand Burks and the other guys was going, but at that point, bro, when Tibbs brought you back in, you were supposed to dominate down at the block.
Word. Like, this what I do.
You understand what I'm saying? Dominate at the block, bro. Because when I heard he took 10 3-pointers, dog, I was like, what? And then one jump shot inside the arc? Well, Randall, you ain't, listen, you my dog, but you ain't a hell of a 3-point shooter like that. Although you shoot 41% from it last year. If your shot is not falling, bro, I need you to go to the basket, bro. I need you to play downhill like how you was doing last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's don't forget this too. Let's don't forget this too, Step. Remember the game before that? He was killing on the pick and roll. Remember, we was like, okay, this is what we want to see, pick and roll. They ain't run not one pick and roll. Not one.
I've been said this, bro. They need to play more pick and roll, bro.
He was killing them.
I don't know what's going on with Randall. I honestly don't. I really don't know what's going on with him. You know what is my opinion too? And I said this to Freezy Ron. I think he's listening to the media and the fans too much. The reason why I say that is because they talking about, oh, he's isolating too much. He's bringing up the ball too much. He is doing this, bro. You got to do your game, bro. You can't worry about the outside noise. Because if you know that's what brought you your bread and butter, go with it, bro. Sometimes you can't bother what the fans and the media say, man. You got to just do you and what got you to that point.
Yeah, definitely. I go with you halfway on that one, man, because I don't think I can give him that media pass, man, because he's been here. It's not like he just got here last year, this year. He's been this like about to be his 4th year here. You know what I'm saying? So the whole media thing, like,
understand what I'm saying to you, right?
Nah, you say he's falling into the.
This year they crying and saying that he's isolating too much. He's holding the ball too much. That's the point.
But he heard this before, right?
Huh?
Before he had his breakout season, wasn't they saying the same thing about him? That's why we was about to get rid of him. Remember?
But he turned it around. How much assists he was averaging last year?
I think about
six.
Right. His assist this year is down.
Now I hear what you're saying, Steph, but what I'm saying is the stuff that he's hearing in the media now, he shouldn't fall victim to because he already heard this before from the media before he did what he did last year. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you, but I think it's getting to him too much. If you understand what I'm saying, he hear it. Listen, you could hear stuff in him, and it don't bother you. But sometimes when you keep on hearing it and hearing it, it gets irritated at sometimes, bro.
But even if it's your fault,
sometimes it bothers your mental.
even if it's your fault. I could see if he was playing good and they was talking about him like this, but
No,
he's
I'm
not
not saying.
playing good.
Listen, Randall has faults and he has flaws. I'm not saying that. I'm not
Mhm.
saying that. But sometimes you just gotta block out the noise and do what you do best, and just go down on the block, play bully ball, even if you gotta bring up the ball and just go straight like a freight train, like how you used to do before. You understand what I'm saying, Ron? You get what I'm saying, right, Ron?
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm saying. I just think that for the way this team is right now, if we're not making no changes right now, Randall needs to go out and do what Randall does. Randall was giving us 20 something points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists last year. That's what we need from Randall right now, too. Just give us what we used to see. Don't worry about the chemistry and the way the ball's moving and
Exactly. That,
how we're
that's what
getting
I'm
3-point
talking about.
shots with the first. Just go play your game. But we'll get all that stuff from the second unit. The second unit is playing the other way. So that's all we need, man. That we'll win games again if we just get that. Randall, what I saw from Randall, I think maybe the media is getting to him. I think he feels like this is his team. So if certain things are not going well, it's because he has something to do with it. But I also think he obviously sees that the second unit is playing great basketball. The
Yeah.
way they're moving, the way they're sharing the ball, the way they're
Yeah.
doing things. So when he gets out there, he's trying to do the same thing, but it's
Yeah.
not working. That's not his game
Yeah.
right now, at least. He's got to do it the way Randall does it. And we get that, we'll get back to winning. So that's why
But then Ron, this is another thing too. Kemba have to come down and put him in the right position.
right.
He
Right.
has to orchestrate the offense. Because put it like this: when Kemba comes down, he looks to find his shot.
Yeah.
Don't find your shot first, bro. Look
All
to
right.
find Randall and Fournier and these other guys first. Let them
Mhm.
get cooking first.
All right, let me
And
ask you
then you
this.
could be the third option in trying finding your shot. Because I see it like a pecking order, like who should go first. You understand? It's like a confused thing. You understand what I'm saying? Who
Right.
should initiate the offense? Who should try and get going? Nah, bro. Randall is the leader. RJ is the leader next. Get Fournier, and then you go, Kemba. Get
Mhm.
the players involved first. Don't look for your shot. Get Randall on the block. If he's on the arc, you said Randall, no, I need you on the block. You gotta command him to get on the block. Stop having him go for these fadeaway jump shots and these 3-point shots. Yes, he's a good mid-range shot. Take it when you see the open shot. But your bread and butter, Randall, is bully ball. And we need you on that block. And Kemba is not doing his job by setting up the offense and putting these guys in the right position.
All right, let me ask you this, Stepha. That's cool. I mess with that. But what do you do if you Kemba and you going to take the ball out and Randall standing there like, yo, I got it. Go ahead, go down. I got it. What do you do then?
I mean, if Randall is going to do that, I'm thinking he's going to go into the post on an isolation, right? Where he's going to back his man down, right? And then once the double come, he makes a quick decision to swing the ball to either to the right person on the corner, and the person, if he don't get the shot, he swing it until he finds the open ball. So I mean, it's not necessarily Randall waving Kemba off. I think if he sees a mismatch and he could back them down in the post, I think it could work out like that.
Yeah, but you know how sometimes when we be losing or Randall feel like he bad, like you know he can get in that bag. We all know he can get in that, yo, I got this bag. And then once he do that for about 3-4 minutes, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because,
Right.
you know why I think that being is because the acquisitions that we brought in is not hitting the shots. So he's going to turn back to save the Knicks Randall. You understand what I'm saying? The isolation Randall. And that's where it's get bad for us. When the other teammates is not hitting shots. So he sometimes, that's why you see he forces up shots sometimes. He want to be too passive sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? And I have to agree with him too. It's a rhythm thing. You know, you have to be in a rhythm. You know, Fournier and all these guys, they are rhythm shooters. That's what I'm saying. Kemba has to get these guys in the right position, and Mitch and all these guys have to set hard screens for Fournier and Kemba to get good 3-point shots and to get good mid jump shots also too. Do you agree with me, Ron, or I'm talking nonsense?
No, I think that's. I mean, I think that's the case. Like that, some of that needs to happen. I mean, we're going to be in the same situation if those small adjustments don't get made. Oh man, look at it. Hold on. Let me see what this guy thinks about it, because this is the man with the answers. Let me get my man in here. Oh, we full strength on a Saturday? Oh.
Yeah, what's good? What's good?
Salute
How's
to
everybody?
John.
What's happening, brother?
What's going
Chilling,
on?
man. Chilling. Just got to this little baseball session for my son. How's everybody doing today? I didn't catch what you guys were talking about. I was like, yo, let me jump on in and say what's up to the family.
Yeah.
What's going
Let's
on?
get your take on it real quick before you got to go. Stafford, can you repeat that for him?
Well, basically what I was saying is that Kemba needs to put these guys in the right position to win.
I'm not getting Stafford.
Oh no?
Is Stafford
Can
Don?
you hear
Is
me?
Stafford Don talking? Because I don't hear him.
Can you hear Beans?
I hear baked beans, but I don't hear Stafford Don.
You know
This
what
what
it
he
is?
was saying. Go ahead, Ron. My bad.
Oh no, you could say. I was just gonna say that this is what happens when you're on the phone. Sometimes you gotta log out and log back in, because then you don't hear everybody in it. It's happened to me a lot. But go ahead, Bean. Say what Stafford said.
Stafford, he was saying basically, Kemba needs to be the one to come down and make sure Randall gets in position. You know what I'm saying? And run the offense and all that. And then I counted with, all right, I understand that. So what do you do when you turn around to bring the ball out and Randall standing right there like, nah, I got it, Kemba, go down.
Those are really good points. I mean, I agree with Stafford Don. You know what it is? I think it's a combination of the two, right? Like there needs to be moments in time where Kemba runs the offense, and then moments in time where we go to Randall to run the offense. And I think if they're able to share minutes running the offense, then that will look a lot cleaner for our team. I think right now they're sort of in between. No one knows whose time is it to go. You know what I mean? And by all sense of the sense of the imagination, everyone's looking for Randall for those answers, and Randall is sort of trying to get everyone balanced, and it seems like they're in between. I think I talked about rhythm in our last conversation, Ron, and that's sort of the way that we can start building chemistry in the offense, but that also starts in practice, right? So I'm hoping that they've worked out a few kinks, because we had some time off to work, and then we come into this Houston game ready to go. But I agree with both of you guys. I think there's a combination of the two.
And then we was talking about like why Randall feel he's a 3-point specialist all of a sudden. Like taking 11 shots and then 10 of them threes. Like,
yeah, I don't think that's his game. I personally don't think that's his game. I'm not sure where that came from. But again, it's all about the flow of the offense, right? And if you feel like this is the only touches you're gonna get, then you take those threes. But I think that was just, unless there's something nagging, maybe a nagging injury that no one's aware of, and he's kind of, trying to keep it player safe. I know he tweaked his ankle at one moment in the game, and I forget what game it was, but I'm not really sure. I can't call that one. But yeah, y'all right. He's not a 3-point threat, so he should be driving to the basket, also playing off the block, in my opinion. So we'll see.
Okay. We got another one for you. Why is he not taking advantage of his mismatches on the block? Why is he doing all these fadeaways?
That's been my number one, critique of him. Is like he's so strong. Why is he, utilizing the fadeaway? Although it's a part of his bag, but not when you're not hitting. If you're not hitting, fake pump and then get to the basket, draw the foul.
He was just telling them.
I mentioned that to you too. That's his bread and butter too. And Ron just mentioned it. I mean, John just mentioned it too. His
I'm gonna
fadeaway
jump
is
out
what,
and jump back in to see if I catch everybody's.
yeah,
All right. We'll get you right back in here. Go ahead.
yeah. That's part of his game, Beans. And as I was saying, if that's your bread and butter, you're gonna go to it. But just like you said, if it's not working, you need to bully ball.
All right.
Straight
I got a
up.
question for both of y'all. If we need to make a change tonight, what do you want to see in the starting lineup tonight? Tonight, go.
Well, the rumor is Fournier to the bench and Burks to the starting lineup.
Is that what you want to see?
I mean, yeah, because Burks, he's not how I want to put it, a great defender, but he's a decent enough defender to try and help Kemba with his deficiencies in the defense.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
You know, it should be it shouldn't be a big difference, but it should be a difference.
Right. And I that's what I want to see. Like, don't get me wrong. What I really want to see is quickly in the starting lineup. I don't want Rose. If Rose goes in, fine, but I would want Rose on that second unit if we could keep him there. What I really want to see is quickly in the starting lineup. And everybody else can stay the same if that's what you want to do. But what I would like to see right now, if we're leaning towards that, is if you're bringing in Burks, take out Fournier. Let Fournier get on that second unit and ball out with them. That ball movement is going to give him that European flavor he likes. He's going to start feeling good. He's going to feel appreciated. He ain't going to feel the pressure like, oh, I can't do my thing because I got to get Randall the ball.
Guess what? Taj is going to set more harder screens for him.
Right.
Taj is going to set more harder screens for him. If Noel comes in, he's going to set more harder screens for him. So I think by Fournier going to the bench, it might benefit him too.
I agree. Can you hear Stafford, John?
Yeah, I got Staff. What's going on, Stafford Dawn? Peace, man. Salute.
Yo, what position your son playing baseball? I'm curious.
They have him play. He plays a little bit of everything. He pitches. Primarily, they got him in the outfield because he has a really good arm. So he plays center field, shortstop, pitching. Little combination of the three.
Those are the little superstar spots, man.
Salute to all the fathers that's in their kids' life, because they always say that how we don't take care of our kids, yo.
Hey, listen, man. I'm out here big, man. Look, I got twins in the back. You see what I'm saying?
Man, that's beautiful, bro.
I got a son and a daughter, and then my daughter all the way in the back. The oldest one, she's all the way.
That's what's up.
I can't even see if you can catch her. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man.
I'm a busy man.
Salute.
Appreciate that.
So back to the game tonight. What would you like to see in the starting lineup, John? If you had to make a change.
If I had to make a change, man, I'll mess everybody up and say Knox right now, but you know, I wouldn't mind seeing what Obi could do with the starting lineup, you know, and sort of going bigger, you know what I mean? And removing Fournier and putting Fournier on the bench, and maybe playing a mix of Taj and Noel off the bench. That means that Quickly and Fournier, or Burks and Fournier, may have to share some minutes there. But I just want to see a little bit of a mix. If they're going to mix it up, just mix it up to see what the tempo looks like. But in my opinion, if he's going to make any move, it's going to be Burks, right? Because Tibbs is always going to go with his veteran presence versus, you know, a younger player. So if they make any move, I think it's Fournier for Burks. But I guess we'll see.
And you know what's kind of confusing me, and this is to all three. Do you really think Obi can play the three?
You know what? I think he can. I think because he's quick enough, he's athletic enough.
You think he's quick enough? His lateral movement is quick enough,
Yeah,
Beans?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think it can't be no worse than Fournier.
I mean,
That's
that's the Beans nailed it right there. Do I think he's the perfect pick for playing 3? No, I think he'll get exposed a little bit with certain players, but will he be better than Fournier because he can get up and down the court? Maybe.
Yes.
Will he be able to make up for his defensive deficiencies because he can jump and he can block shots and recover? That's why I say Obi can do it, because it's just like Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose gets beat a lot. I don't know if you guys notice. Derrick Rose sometimes takes chances. He gets beat, but he recovers so quickly, and then he jumps and blocks shots from behind. That's his thing.
You see that block in the last game.
Yeah.
Right. So Obi can do that too. That's why I think Obi would be all right. Not perfect, but I think it could work. I think definitely switch. You put Burks in the starting lineup, put Fournier on the bench mob, move RJ to the 2, right?
Right.
And then, even if you want to have Burks be a facilitator more, like Burks can still bring the ball up the court and Kemba can still be out there. But you put in Burks at the 3, then you could spell Burks with Obi sometimes and give Obi some more minutes so we can get him in there a little bit more. I like that. I think we should try that. Let's see if Tibbs wants to do something like that.
Let me ask you this though. You think if Obi was to hit more consistent threes, he will be in the starting lineup and probably not even that, but even more minutes?
Oh, if Obi hit more threes, he's definitely playing more. That's his liability, because he can't stretch the floor. So therefore, like, he doesn't add that extra thing that the Knicks need in order to get easier. If Obi could stretch the floor, you know how much of a monster he would be by hitting a consistent 3-point shot. He's a hard guard.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean that like a guard. I mean, he's a hard person to guard, guys.
A hard cover.
Yeah, a hard cover.
Yes, and let me talk about my little brother Obi real quick now, because I heard a lot of folks calling me Obi lookalike. I definitely think though, like you said, Stafford Don, if he was consistent from the 3-point line, man, he would be a hard matchup because of his speed, his athleticism. So I think that's what they're banking on. They're hoping that he can get better there. And then also, like you said, his defense isn't always great, but he catches up because of his athleticism, and he's getting better game by game. It seems like he's understanding his defensive positioning and role with this team a lot better. So I guess we'll see. Only time will tell how much growth he'll have, but it's hard to tell whether Tibbs is going to rely on him or trust him to gather more minutes, and take minutes away from Burks is going to be tough.
Right.
Yeah.
Salute to my man Josh, Uncle Fulio.
Salute, Unc.
What we think about RJ getting some more burn with the second unit, man?
I mean, he could Tibbs could stagger the RJ to the second unit, and he has been doing it. He has been having RJ running with the second unit, and I think that will also benefit him too. You have all these young guys running. Quickly, him, Obi, Mitch.
Do you think that's by coincidence he looked better with the younger, faster unit?
Ron, answer that. I got to think about that.
Yeah, I think. Listen, we talked about it before the season started. There was people, and this is perfect time. I'm like, how does this work? Let me pull his name back up there, just because he is the man who said that he thought this was a take. He thought RJ should be in the second unit. He thought that's where RJ should live, because he thinks that with the combination of having Kemba, Fournier, Randall, all those guys are going to need touches. They're going to want the ball. They need a lot of touches in order to be effective. And he thought that would take away from RJ's development and what RJ's got to do out there. So you put RJ in the second unit with the bench team, and then he's able to be one of the focal points and get his points there. And the offense just moves differently. Listen, maybe Josh is right, because we've seen how stagnant the offense has been with the starting unit and all of those pieces not being able to work together, efficiently. So maybe Josh saw something. He might be foreshadowing. He might have saw something. So I can't knock him. In the beginning, I was like, I don't know, but the way we've seen these Knicks play, he could be right. And I do think that one thing I could say about all those starters, because Tibbs has been mixing it up, you can see that when they come in with the second unit, they're kind of excited to play with that second unit, because the second unit is they're doing their thing.
Different.
Yeah, it's different. The only person that I think it hurts is Randall, because that's not Randall's game. Randall is like a fish out of water when he tries to play with that second unit. How they play disturbs what he's used to. So I think he needs to get his starting lineup the way it works for him. And those guys they just look, it's Randall's team. They need to focus on getting Randall off. Let him do his thing. And if it's not working, or he doesn't see that he likes the matchup, then he will get it back to his other teammates and let them move the ball. But that's the starting lineup's goal. That's what their role should be.
Have y'all noticed that, like, maybe it's just me, but have y'all noticed sometimes, like, when Randall get the rebound, he be trying to rush it up, like start a fast break or something, like, he look out of line. Like,
that's what Tibbs want them to do. As soon as they get the ball, push the ball, Beans.
I know, but I'm saying, don't he look out of line doing it, though? Like that's not what he do. Who,
that's
Randall?
Game, Beans.
Coast to coast?
Yes. That's why they call him a fake LeBron James.
Then we might have to see more of that then.
Well, you know what? I think what needs to happen is not Tibbs. Tibbs knows. Randall needs to go, and maybe he does this, man. He's an NBA player. I don't know what he does, but Randall needs to go back and look at them game tapes from last year and what he did successfully and how the ball moved and how he was so creative at doing things. Because all that is who he is. He can still play the same way. He needs to just get out of all this new stuff they're trying to do. Let me play my game and let the starting unit adapt to me. That's what he needs to do right now, because it's not working. And Fournier, definitely, I keep saying it, I want him to go to the bench, because the other thing is Fournier doesn't, as much as they're trying to force feed this combo, this two-man game they got going, which does look good at times, it's not benefiting Fournier. It's not because it's making Fournier just take threes. Randall's giving him a little screen and pick or whatever, and he's giving him a shot at the three-point line. Like, Fournier is the type, he needs to be able to move. European basketball is moving. It's not just taking threes. They're all over the place. They're doing back cuts, screen. Fournier can score all types of ways. That's what we need, and that's why I want him with the second unit, because they do that type of stuff. So
can you see him running like a Reggie Miller type Fournier? Like, how Reggie used to be running to every corner and running around screens. Do you see Fournier as that type of player?
No. You know why? Because I kind of think that's a little bit of what we see in Fournier now. Like these little screening pops that Randall and him are doing, the two-man, it's forcing Fournier to take the shot and put it up quickly, because that's his window. As soon as he sets the screen, he dishes it to Fournier. Fournier's supposed to shoot, but Fournier doesn't seem comfortable. He needs the little set. Fournier does this a lot. I know you've seen it already. Fournier likes to do a little pump fake, put the ball down one time, move to the side, and shoot the three. Because he's not that quick shoot thing. He needs to make sure he's right. Even, who else isn't good at that either? Quickly can get the ball wide open. I'm like, take the shot. No, Quickly got to bounce the ball once and find it again. Right. That's just how they do. Right. So for some guys, it don't work.
Yeah, I second that.
To your point, Stafford, I know you mentioned this before. I looked it up. The Knicks are currently 6th in 3-point percentage at 36%.
Okay, well, that's not bad. How many threes are we attempting a game?
Thought that number was 32. 32.
32?
No, I'm sorry, 38. 38.
Yeah, as I said, they want to shoot more threes. And Tibbs did say that.
The problem we're running into is we're not knocking them down, at a high clip.
Right.
Because we had a lot of open shots the last few games, and we just ain't been hitting them. And I guess once we start to hit them, we'll see this offense look a lot better. And then we don't rebound offensively. We do a better job rebounding defensively than offensively, in my opinion. But again, I guess the stats can tell you that, But those open shots, we got to knock them down, and then we got to hit free throws. We haven't done a great job of hitting free throws this year.
Yeah, that's a good point. Shout out to my man David L. Salute. Obi gonna need some more ball handles to be a more efficient small forward. That's the key. That's the part of the reason why he doesn't look like a great fit at small forward. It's just we're thinking of how to get him more minutes, and would he be more effective than Fournier at the moment, which I think he might be, but I also only think that because Fournier is not playing well and he's not really confident right now. But if you put Fournier in that second unit and he gets to play with them consistently, I think you're going to start to see Fournier balling again. And we won't need to be talking about how, Obi could take his small forward minutes. I mean, it's all like, it's one of those things, man. We just got to figure out what works the best. First team without RJ defense really would suck. That is true. But I will say another thing. RJ is struggling so bad that although the last game he was okay, he played a little better, but his offense has been affecting his defense. Have y'all noticed that it seemed like RJ's kind of been not given that same?
Yeah, because Ron, he got to defend, and I'm gonna go with like what Freezy says, and I'm gonna go with what I think I heard Mark say this yesterday too. He's defending three people at the same time. You can't defend three people at the same time and then expect to get offense from him, bro. All right, let me show you an example, right? Like the other game with the Orlando Magic, that France dunked. If Quickly did not give him the inside,
right.
He was never, and then you see RJ had to come over. And RJ had to come over and help. And what RJ got? Dunked on. These guys got to keep their man in front of them. I'm not saying don't play help defense, but the amount of help defense that RJ is playing is wearing him out. So when it's time for go to the offensive, I think he's kind of drained out, bro. And that's just my take on that.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen.
That point that you made about that was crazy because that Franz dunk was this what they call it, debilitating, right? For what's the kid's name? For who we talking about? We talk about RJ.
RJ, yeah.
Like to be under there and get dunked on, that got to do something to your spirit. You know what I mean? Because you're like, damn, like now I'm on a poster. Like everything starts to come into play because he knows that he needed to rotate because he was the last man left, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It sucks.
That's the worst feeling, man. But that's how this. I mean, the other thing is like Quickly should have never gave up the inside, but I don't think Quickly expected Franz to take it like that either. So
but you know what hurt too, and it was an and one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because we was up by 1 at the time,
and it was just a slap in the face to Tibbs too, because you just decided to take your big out and go super small ball, and it's the next play down they took advantage of you.
No, but
man,
you gotta look at it too. Mitch got hurt when he dove for the ball. That's the only reason why you see Randall came back in.
Oh no, but Randall was in. That's fine, but they took a big out and they put Rose back in. So we had 4 guards.
Oh, okay.
4 guards, and we had Randall. That Thibodeau decided to do that. I don't know why. But I've never seen him do that before. That's super small ball.
I think we ran with 4 guards before and we won a game, I don't know which game it was, but I think we did run 4 guards at one time.
But that wasn't the time to do it that time. That's what he should have put Taj back in, or he should have left Obi in. You don't put 4 guards and Randall, and then like, come on, that's
come on, son. Take a pace.
You know what, John? How much time we got you for? I know you got to.
I got about another maybe 15, 10 minutes, something like that.
Oh,
And then
all
I
right,
gotta roll
cool.
out.
So you know what?
Yo,
Let's
Ron, why you
bang this
watching
out.
my man like that, bro?
Nah, B, I want to get him included in this. I want all your takes. So you know, while I got you, you know, appreciate you. Let me put this up here real quick. You know what? And let's just see what the people say. What the people got to say.
Yes.
Allow. Hold on. All right. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. All right, we good there. Yeah, let me see because I'm using this on a different browser, guys. So bear with me. This is a little different. I don't know why this is coming up. I've never used this before. This is definitely something new. All right, here we go. You know what? Yeah, bear with me. Let me change it up for a minute because for whatever reason this ain't working and I don't know why. I'll get back to it, guys. But what Pete said was 38.3, which is what I was talking about. Oh wait, hold on, David L. This is a good one. We got to attack the zone, not spread our offense out every time, especially if we're going to shoot 14 to 40 from three. That's a good point. And let's not forget, guys, this is what, have you noticed how many teams are playing zone against us more and more now?
Yeah.
It
we're not cracking that zone.
They pull out the zone and look like kryptonite to us.
It's bad. It's bad. I don't know what's going on. So
we break it one time. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ron.
No, I was going to ask you the question. What do you think about the zone?
Oh man, it's kryptonite to us. We break it one time when we first see it, and then it's like after that is, I don't know, like it just gets scary for some reason.
Yeah, man, I agree with Beans too. Is like when we see that zone, we get out of place. We don't know what to do. We don't attack it more. We don't do anything like that, and then we settle for the outside shot. And you know, it's either that or we get a turnover, and the other team scores and capitalizes. So we need to go ahead and somehow break that zone, man, and get out of it.
John, what do you think about what's going on with the zone, what they're doing to us?
Listen, the guy said it, David L said it. I mean, that's what it is right now. Until we figure it out, teams are going to run that against us, and you know we're going to run into a situation where we're not going to be, you know, able to win games unless we start to hit the ball, you know, the three ball consistently. Right now we're not, and that's just taking us right out of these games. I agree. We need to attack the zone, figure out better ways to, you know, attack the zone than we are right now, because we're in for a long night if we can't drop those threes, you know.
Facts, because they're trying to take the ball out of Randall's hand most of the times. You know, and he's not getting the ball. And I think that's one of the problems too, Ron, is that they denying Randall the ball more in the post, so he can't get the ball inside, probably to play bully ball. That's why I see they're probably running that zone like that, so we could take the outside shot, because they know we don't have that good enough shooters. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I mean that makes sense to me. Like, you know, we don't move the ball. We're not athletic, so we're not doing certain things to break that zone, and then we're stuck around the perimeter. Then you got the only person who on the starting lineup who even tries to really break it is Randall, because RJ sometimes I feel like he starts to revert back to old RJ, 2 years ago RJ, when he didn't necessarily know, you know, where he was and what he needed to do out there. RJ is a man now, man. He's come a long way. He needs to be aggressive. Go back to doing what we saw him doing earlier in the season. Forget if it's a zone or not. We need him to crack that zone and penetrate. And sometimes he gets kind of caught up himself, gets down on himself because he's not shooting the three ball the way he was earlier.
You think it's all in his head?
I think it's all in his head, man. I mean, because he one thing I'll say about RJ, he works hard. He works hard. He goes out there and he practices really hard, and he's working on his craft. And for him to struggle, I think it gets he's a really focused individual, so things don't get him down. But I think the fact that when things aren't going well, when he knows how hard he's working, I think it affects his mental a little bit. So, yeah, man, I need him to get back to playing ball. Don't worry about stuff. Just go out there and play.
I got a quick question for y'all. With our defensive walls, why don't we run in no type of zone?
Good question.
That is
I
a
was
good
thinking
question.
the same thing. I was thinking the same thing, and I don't understand why we always win. We do traps, which is weird to me because we trap teams that are good shooting from the perimeter, and when you trap, you got to rotate, and it's like it doesn't make sense to me either. It's like how you trapping a guy like who was the one who they trapped Cole Anthony. And it's like why you he's not even in like he's not even hot, and you trapping him for what reason? I didn't quite understand that.
I don't think Tibbs likes the zone. I just don't think it works for what his little defensive strategy is.
I think so too.
I think the Knicks would do good doing the zone and it would definitely help cover up some of Kemba and Evans' defensive issues.
It would.
That's what got me. Because knowing how them two is in the backcourt, and you still ain't tried the zone or nothing, like. It kind of make me feel like you giving them their shot. Like, listen, man, if you don't get your things down, you up like you kind of. I ain't gonna say going against them, but you got to throw something out there to help them, man. Some type of 2, 3, something. Like right. I don't know, man. I don't know.
He ran a 2-3 against the 76ers, which was crazy. Maybe it was because Embiid's in there. I don't know, but I remember him running a zone against the Sixers.
It was that unicorn time because that might have been the only time.
Yeah, because I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to think back. Do I remember what it looked like? I can't even remember.
I can't remember.
You know, sheesh. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of them things.
One play.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of them things. I don't know.
Question last night, Ron, and I want to bring it up to y'all too. What kind of offense would you like to see the Knicks run more?
Motion. I would like to see motion offense. You know, but it may not be for every player on that team. At least the starting unit. I know it works. It would look nice with that bench though. Especially if we don't go on fast breaks, I would like to see like more of an offense. Motion offense where people are kind of, picking for each other and scrambling and getting to the basket, back cuts, front cuts, and all of that, so. But I don't know if I don't ever see what the offensive scheme is like. It's almost like one person do a pick and roll, and then it's Randall go one-on-one. It's like I don't understand it.
What would you like to see, Ron?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I would actually, I'm with my whole thing is I'm about the motion too. I want them to move the ball, but I want them to get up and down and transition. Like I just want them to run. I felt like that's what we was doing last year, and we're not doing it this year. I want them to get out there and run. And
Yo.
It looks like we lost Ron for a quick second.
But yeah, man. If I had to pick,
I'll let y'all hold it down for sure.
Okay. I think what y'all think about the triangle?
But I mean, not the old-fashioned triangle. Probably like a modern triangle.
Yeah. Because we know that was Tibbs' offense, but he just ain't put it with this team yet. But that was his offense in Chicago and in Minnesota.
I think I seen his show, and M brought it up last night about the motion offense. And probably it could work, but I mean, we just got to see it happen for us to really think it's gonna work. What you think?
Yeah, and ain't that his triangle kind of predicated off of a center that could pass? Like
Right.
I know he used it a lot with Noah, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't. I
Can you
mean,
do the same for
although
Randall?
Randall, I was just about to say, even though Randall, he is a good passer, but not an elite passer. I don't know. I don't know.
I just think we probably missing a little bit too much to run that. But if I had to, I would want to see that. But definitely the motion offense, like you said though, John. Like that'd be dope. That'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, who knows?
Yeah, and the only reason why I say that is because it always seems like our offensive players are always not in their positions, especially to catch the three ball. It almost seems like when they do the pick and roll with Kemba, no one moves. Everyone's watching. It's like, dude, move to the open spot. Give yourself some space. Give yourself a lane to catch the ball. Because if he can't see you, he can't pass the ball to you. So it's almost like they pigeonhole Kemba's game to just do pick and roll. He either got to shoot the ball or drop it off to Mitch or Randall, and it ain't gonna work all the time, So I'd rather see them all moving, So we'll see. I don't know.
I want to welcome Worldwide L to the panel. If you don't know, it's for the love of our game. Check out his channel, like and subscribe. And Worldwide Ed, Worldwide L, sorry. Ed.
Yeah, I left you and Beans last. What time I left y'all last night? Like two.
Something like
two. Like two. I left y'all like 2 in the morning.
What time we end up getting off? Like, oh man,
I think we got off like about 4:35.
Damn. Damn. Shit.
But L, what kind of offense would you like to see the Knicks run?
Regular, like what I'm gonna say regular, because it's supposed to be just basic basketball. Moving the ball, just free flowing, not pounding the ball, a free flowing offense where it's not so predictable what's gonna happen next. We have the ability to have all these guys on the court that can shoot. Any given night it could be this player, that player, but our play has to reflect that, and it doesn't reflect that. It's been bad lately. It reflected that in the first 6 games. We was 5-1.
Y'all fellas can hear everybody else? I don't hear anybody else.
You can hear? Y'all can hear me? I got to speak.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can't hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I could only hear Stafford Dawn and you, Bake. I can't hear the
Can you
the
hear
other
me?
2 gentlemen.
Can you hear me?
Nah, he can't
Can
hear
y'all
you.
hear me?
I don't think he could hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you, Ron.
All right. So can somebody?
I'm gonna jump off and come back on.
Yeah. I was gonna tell you to tell him to jump off and come back.
So
my fault, guys.
Sorry.
Listen, I'm using I'm trying to do a couple different things, so I'm using a different browser.
Nah, don't. It's that cheap Wi-Fi you got over there, Ron. Don't be trying to play that on no browser.
Come on, man. Listen, I should like McDonald's.
You and Hector, y'all got the same Wi-Fi. You and Hector, y'all using the same company.
This is how I get my free fries. B. I get my free fries this way.
My bro, heck, Wi-Fi be lagging like I don't know what, man.
Yeah, like this for whatever reason, man. I'm gonna tell y'all if y'all don't already know. Firefox and StreamYard don't seem to mix right. I don't like what's going on here. I ain't messing with this.
Yeah, I got a question for y'all, man.
Okay,
question. Worldwide L, talk to me, man. Do we need an offensive coordinator, and who do you bring in right now?
Yeah, you got him on the bench. You got to just hand it over to JB, to Johnny.
JB?
Yeah, just hand it over. Because you got other guys on the court too. That Chinese guy.
It's funny that you say that though, because in the last game, and I think in the last timeout, I think Johnny Bryant wrote up that play. That's what that play where you see RJ went straight to the basket and made that layup. He's the one that did that play. If you go back and you watch the game and you watch it harder, you see Johnny Bryant writing up those plays. So it's not like you don't have an offensive coordinator. Johnny Bryant is doing what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? But
so you think it's the players? You think it's the players not following the game plan?
I don't think it's the game plan. They're just not executing it right. I think they're following the game plan, but I don't think they're just executing it right.
So what are they doing in practice?
Yeah. So what happens in the third quarter too? What happens in the third quarter?
I
That's
don't know.
not.
They
That's
just
not.
come out lazy, bro. I don't know. That's yeah. And you know the funny thing about it, L? It's not just this team. It's been teams from way back when. If you look at it,
Yeah.
if you really look at it,
Yeah.
from
Ain't
since in
that
the
the truth?
'90s, bro. These guys come out in the third quarter and don't play. I
Mm.
don't know what it is, bro, but I noticed that this is just not the team. This is just not this team. It's been past Knicks teams on the third quarter, and I have seen it too, bro. We look how old we are, bro. We've
Man,
been
I
seeing
mean,
this for the
I don't know what it
longest
is.
while
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with this third quarter.
with third quarters, and that's
Oh
with every
man.
Knicks team. It's not just this team. I've been noticing from since the teams back in the days, bro. The third quarters be a
You
problem. I don't know what it is for real, for real.
do y'all know we blowing a good chance? We I'm not gonna say we blew it because it was a long season, but we blown a good chance of having of being a great team to start out the season with. You know what I mean? We blew a chance at that. You know, not blew it, but we blown it. We blown it's done already. It's done. We had a chance to at least have 15 games in. Let's say we probably could have been on the back end 13-3,
Something like
Yeah,
12-4,
something
you
like
yeah.
that.
know, something like
Yeah.
that, right? We could have been something like that. And with this game today, you know, we could have been something like that. And I just feel like we've blown the opportunity. Now we're gonna have to really play ball the rest of the way. You know, you really
Yeah,
can't take no more. You can't take no more nights off. You
and I'm
can't.
nervous, bro. I'm nervous about tonight because when it comes, I was telling Ron in the panel, when it comes to these athletic teams and these young teams, we struggle, bro. And people might say I might be going off, but I think even if we do win, we might win by 2 or 3 points. When other teams is blowing out this team by 20, it might be a struggle for us to beat this team.
Yeah, you know your strap. You
Mm.
know Brooklyn beat Orlando last night without KD, with just hard by
I
himself.
know, but guess what? The Orlando was leading them too, and they came back and beat Orlando.
Well, hey, they won the game. It
I
doesn't matter.
know, I
The
know, I
final
know,
result, man. And we
I
lost
know.
twice to that
That
team.
was funny.
Twice to that team. And we had all our
Yeah.
healthy players.
Yeah,
Lost
that's
twice.
that's that's tough, man. I don't know. But yo, listen, Orlando's playing at least trying to play good basketball with whatever they got going on over there. So you got to give them credit. And obviously, you know, it, we said it before about the league. The Eastern Conference is real, like, you know, and that's just another example. You can be beat by any team on any given night. So I
Facts.
Word.
mean, I want to give a shout out to John. John had to go. You know, his son has practice
Baseball.
today, so appreciate him
Salute, salute.
coming on. You know,
One busy boy got twins and girls and
Oh,
boys.
he ain't playing
yeah,
around.
John got a lot going on, man. He Father of the Year out there. He about to
Yes,
make his
sir.
own Christmas movie.
Ron, how
Yo,
much
the
you got? About
chat.
10?
Yo,
No,
the,
man. I got one.
the
That's it. He 18 now, and he
Oh
yo,
wow,
about
you
ready.
got a big boy. Okay.
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Yeah,
chat is wilder, yo. The
I got
chat is
two.
wild.
I got two girls, 1 6 and 1 13.
You
Yeah, I
got
got
I got
two.
it. I got it. You got two too? I got three. And I got three fellas. Y'all looking at an old man. Don't let this face fool y'all. Don't let the face fool y'all. I got
Come
three,
on,
right?
man. We know you got the
Oldest being
Jadakiss genes.
oldest being 22 going on 23. My daughter about to be 12 in less than 2 weeks. And then my next oldest son is 19.
Oh
And I got
wow.
a 2-year-old granddaughter and about to
Oh
be
wow.
a one
Yeah,
year
All
my
right,
old
daughter
father.
Okay.
six. Word.
I'm
My
gonna have to
daughter's
buy you a
16.
rocking chair, L.
I'm already in it. I'm already in it.
Word. Yo, they
What
said
you
in the
said,
chat,
Beans?
man. I said no, mine's is 16 and 15.
Oh,
But
Okay.
okay. All
yo,
right.
they said in the chat, man, Tim's ain't listening to no damn Donnie Bryant, no Bryant, like. And then people like Tim's be
Yo,
looking at him too, like, man, go sit down, man. Like, this
nah,
ain't
But
the
you
I don't
know,
time.
believe
I
so.
will.
I don't believe
I
so.
don't
I
know.
don't believe that because I don't believe that. I mean, what do we know, right? We ain't on the sideline, right? So but when he goes to him often, right? He goes to Tibbs more than any other coach, and he's in
Uh-huh.
his ear
Right.
doing play. You see him selling Tibbs stuff, making Tibbs aware of certain things that whatever he's telling him, I don't know. He might be saying, "Yo, pull up your pants," as far as we know. I mean, what do we know, right? So, but he's always in his ear. He's always in his ear. He's never stopped being in his ear. So here it is, year number 2 of these guys being together, because this is their first and second year working with each other. Unlike the Chinese guy, he's been with Tibbs. He's been Tibbs right here.
Dice, yeah.
Nice, yeah. He's been Tibbs' man. So this is their first year and a half, and it seems like they got a good chemistry going on. It's like the Tibbs trust him, and he's always in his ear, because you gotta know how it is. You be like, I ain't telling Ron ass nothing. I ain't telling him nothing. He don't listen, and then you'll stop. Right. So just stop. You're like, he don't listen anyway. So what's the purpose of me telling him something? You don't see that with them. He's constant in his ear. So
it's a coaching staff, and they have to be on one page, bro. That how you think the team gonna flow? If one person ain't gonna agree with each other, it's not gonna work. So for the chat to even say that, or that person even say that, is blasphemous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, listen, man. I think that's not the case. I think Tibbs really respects and likes Johnny Bryant, and I think Johnny Bryant is also part of the reason why Tibbs is able to work with these young guys, should I say? Like he's helping them. He understands these young guys, so Tibbs relies on that, and that's part of the reason why Tibbs is able to kind of change that hard-nosed stance he's had with these young dudes, and he's becoming better at managing them. Is he great? No, but he's getting better. I mean, he's much better now than he would have been, 5-10 years ago. So yeah. So I definitely agree with that. Salute to everybody in the chat. You know how we give it up, man. Fishers, Eric Surreal, thank you for joining. Jarvis, my main man, Jarvis. Listen, man, you already know how it is, brother. Appreciate you. Unfortunately, guys, like I said, I played myself. Okay, I'm over here. I got other stuff going on. Y'all don't need to know that's the behind the scenes stuff, but I'm using different browsers because I got different StreamYards happening. We got Nothing But Knicks and all this stuff going on. So unfortunately, this freaking Firefox is not working with me. I have my whole screen up that I normally put up when I want to look at Houston and look at the matchups. So I'm just going to read the matchups to y'all, and y'all tell me what you think. I'm sorry. I like the visuals too, but I can't do it.
Bro. Don't worry about it. You good.
Can't do it. So tonight we're going to see the Knicks versus the Rockets at 5 p.m. Don't forget that, y'all. 5 p.m. tonight, not 7 or 7:30. So you tune in at 7:30. You might be like, "Yo, what happened to the game?"
Yeah, that's crucial. That's crucial, Ron. That's crucial right there, because it happened to me a few times. That's crucial.
Right. So in tonight's game, like, keep in mind that these may not be the matchups that actually define the game. These are just the matchups that I look at and I say these are the ones that we need to pay attention to because we need to win these matchups. Right. So and just so you know, I think the message just came out. I think Kevin Porter Jr. is not playing tonight, so that's one person not to worry about. It just makes it feel worse because if we lose to this team, oh my god, I'm not going to even think about it. Forget it. So that first matchup is RJ Barrett versus Jayshawn Tate. What do y'all guys think about that matchup? Who has the edge and what you expect? Let's start. Let me start with Beans. Go ahead, Beans.
Barrett dominated him tonight. I feel like Barrett. I'm just gonna say Barrett.
Okay.
I think he's gonna dominate him tonight.
All right. What do you think, Staff?
Is that young man playing small forward?
Yes.
Is he a rookie or has he been in the league for a while?
He's been in the league a little bit, but he's not a rookie, but he ain't been in the league that long either.
How much points is he averaging?
Hold on. Let me see if I got it here.
That's a good question, Strat.
You know how Staff gives it up, man.
Mm-hmm. That's a great question.
Watch this guy, man. He try.
How old is he?
Nah. But Staff.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Slow down. Now hold on, man.
Right? Those are some great questions. Like, yo, how old is he? How old? Like, what's his average? You know, what's his diet like? everything,
You know what I mean?
matters.
I give it to you
Everything
like
matters.
this. He's played 85 games in his career, so he's not a rookie, right?
Okay.
He's averaging 11.5 points. He's shooting 28.6% from the three, and he shoots 48% from the field. Yeah, and that's pretty much his tail of the tape.
And one more question: how tall is he?
I knew you was gonna ask that. I gotta remind me not to get staff on this no more, man. I can't be working with
He told you the computer was bugging, man.
All right. I'm going.
No,
with
I
RJ.
got you. He's 6'4", 230 pounds.
Okay, so with that being said, I think RJ will dominate him. I think RJ gonna have the edge on him. Yeah, I'm going with RJ.
Okay. What about you, Al?
Yeah, I'm going with RJ. I'm going with RJ anyway. He's doing, sorry, the bully. I got to let the bully out. He on house arrest.
All right, so that one's a pretty.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
easy
RJ. I'm gonna go with RJ.
All
Because
right, cool.
they need this game. They really do. He needs to have a good game. Randall definitely needs to have a good game, but yeah, he needs to have a good game.
All right.
Can y'all hear him?
So,
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, but it's okay. He ain't bothering. He ain't going crazy. He's just doing his thing. He's giving his take. What you think, RJ? RJ.
RJ.
See, I heard him.
Who you think?
I got RJ, man. I think RJ. See, Jayshawn Tate. I think this is where RJ's size and his bully to the rim mentality can come into play. I think he can really kind of enforce his will on Jayshawn Tate. Also, Jayshawn Tate is not a great shooter, so he's kind of limited in what he can do. So I don't think he puts as much pressure on
He's
RJ.
48% from the field, right? You said 48%?
Yeah, but he's 28% from three. So that means
I ain't worried about his threes. Can he bully RJ? Because that 48% means he's finishing around the rim.
Yeah, I don't think he's bullying. He's 6'4", 230. I don't know if he's going to bully RJ.
I hope not. I hope not. Oh, I hope they don't try to put Fournier on him. And then you know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about the matchup as shooting guard. This is where, but just so you know, that's the one that Houston probably, that's Jalen Green versus whoever. So just know that's there. So I'm not even thinking about that right now. What I'm thinking about is the Julius Randle versus Christian Wood matchup.
Oh wow.
Who was on me?
Yeah. Why don't you take that, Beans? What you think?
Oh, all right. What's Wood's favorite color?
Last time I checked, I think it was Polynesian yellow.
Nah, you know I'm going with Randall, man. Randall need this one, man. I'm not gonna say he need it, but he need it. We need vintage Randall tonight, and I'm gonna say 26, 12, and 7. Okay,
I like that. We get that. We cooking.
Yes.
What you think,
let's
Steph?
go.
Does Christian Wood shoot the outside three?
Yeah. Well, I don't even gotta look at the stats. Well, he shoots. Christian Wood is a baller.
That's a tough one. Boy, I'm gonna have to. You know what? Randall is my boy, man. I'm going with Randall, man. I'm hoping that he dominates him, get more rebounds than him, bully him in the post, try and get him in foul trouble. So I'm looking for a 20 and 10-5 game from Randall tonight.
Okay. Well, just so you know, Staff, because I know how you're a cerebral dude when you're thinking. Christian Wood is 6'9", 214, so he's light, right? But he's averaging 16 points per game. He shoots 31% from three and 44% from the field. But Christian Wood is known for having games where he'll light it up.
Okay, with that being said, I think that I think Renner is more going to try and push him to be a perimeter shooter. I don't, as you say that. I don't think he's gonna get that much. Wood I'm talking about gonna get much
Right.
scoring inside the paint, because I think Mitch is going to be on the weak side to help on that end. So I think we're gonna make Wood a perimeter shooter. So I like that matchup for Randall. So I think Randall gonna win that matchup.
Yeah. Okay. Al, what you think?
He need it. Randall, he needs this. He needs this. He needs this. He shouldn't try to be fancy. He should just take Wood down low and play bully ball today. That's how he should do him. It should be a bully ball because he has the match. He has a mismatch and size, weight advantage over Woods. So he should use that to his advantage. Just don't pound the ball. That's it. Just don't pound the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Know what you're going to do when you get the ball. Make your move. Salute Jarvis. Make your move, and that's it. Live with the results. Don't play. Just don't pound the ball. This pounding the ball just kills me. Yeah. Do y'all remember when the teacher used to write on the chalkboard, and sometimes they give you that feeling? When I see them, when I see them pound that ball, it gives me that feeling. It gives me that feeling. It's when it stagnates like that, or when I see a player pass up a wide open shot and pass the ball. You sitting right there under the rim, or you sitting right there at the free throw line. Shoot the ball. Why you passing it out to the 3-point line, taking an even a lower percentage shot when you at the free throw line for a higher percentage shot? So this is so many things that just. I'm telling y'all, I'm at wit's end with this team already, because I just know this team is 10 times better than the way they playing.
Right.
And to see them making they're making amateur mistakes. They're not making NBA player mistakes. You making amateur mistakes, things that muscle memory should eliminate the mistakes that they making out there. The cross court passing. You don't cross court. Y'all guys been playing in the league for some while. You expect that from rookies. You expect that from IQ. He don't even he used to do that. Jump in the air and then pass the ball to the other side. He still does it at times, because sometimes bad habits is hard to break, but he still do that from time to time. Man, I'm just so disappointed, fellas. I really am disappointed.
I mean, but like we've been saying, man, there's still a lot of time. There's still a lot of time to get right. A lot of teams have gone through some crazy stuff. Maybe this is just our time. I mean, I talked about it before, how we saw how bad the Nets were looking. Nets turned it around with the quickness. But they had their moment. They had like 3 or 4 games where they were struggling. Right now, when you look at it, we got about 3 or 4 games where we're struggling, because we went in between these games. You know what I mean? And certain things are good, and then something else pops up, and we got to work on that. But I think we're gonna be all right. I think we win this game. We get back to where we need to be tonight, and then we go into that game with the Bulls, which. I think tomorrow, the game with the Bulls, the Knicks are going to be jacked up. So I think they're going to come out and play. I just hope that the shot is falling. If the shots are falling, we're going to have a chance to win the game. That's to me, that's a given.
I'm
going back to Chicago.
We got a chance.
I'm here looking at the stats between us and the Rockets, and we plainly beat them in everything, as far as assists, rebounds, points, field goals, blocks, everything.
Yeah, we should win.
We should be able to win this game.
They've lost 14 in a row.
Yeah.
Oh man, don't say that. Don't say that.
It got to be said, man. It's out there.
Oh, come on, man. Don't say that. Let me ask y'all a quick question. Wasn't it almost Woods over Randall, if I'm not mistaken?
Say that again.
Didn't we almost sign him over?
We wanted Woods. We were trying to look at him and get him in, but he wound up, going elsewhere.
But it was either the 2 of them, though. I remember it was.
Yeah, because he was with Detroit, and I don't think he wanted to sign back with Detroit. And and then I think the Rockets swooped in and grabbed them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
It
you
was
know,
either it was
most
either
likely
Randall
nervous too.
Woods or the kid in Detroit now. What's his name? Jeremy Grant. It was out
Right.
of them three.
right.
All right. See,
Yeah,
Randall,
you're
you
right.
got to show him why you here. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's a fact. That's a fact. That's what we
You got
need
to
from
take this personally, this challenge tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The only
You're
thing
lying.
that I see that the Rockets have over us is points in the paint. They're averaging 48 and we're averaging 44. So we need to pound the ball more inside. And as far as rebounds, I see Christian Wood, he's the leading rebounder. So I that's one of the keys too, Ron. We got to rebound the ball.
See
Right.
that, and that's where the pound of the ball come in at when you use it like for teams like this, where you bigger. This is when you pound the ball.
Right.
You know, this you don't have to be fancy. You don't have to. You know what I want the Knicks to stop doing, because I hope they listening. Let me put my camera on. I hope y'all listening. If the 3-pointer is not falling, please go to the hole. You don't have to shoot threes. There's nothing telling you, yo, pass up a 2-pointer for a 3-pointer. There's nothing tells you that. So take the high percentage shot. If it's not falling, go to the hole. We have enough scorers on this team that we should not be scoring under 100 points in none of these games. No way, no how. I don't care who we
That's a
playing.
fact.
No way, no
Facts.
how. I don't care who we playing. There's no dominant defensive team in this league this year that you could say, oh, this team is just flat out. They the number one defensive team. They just out defending everybody. Everybody around this league is scoring. You know, Chicago, Brooklyn, you name it, they all scoring. You play against Milwaukee, we score. You know, all these teams are scoring. So no teams is scoring under 100 points. They just need to, if that shot is not falling, go to the hole, please. Please, please, please. And RJ, go through the contact. Go through the contact. Stop just throwing the ball up at the basket. Go through the contact, at least get the foul. And then you will be a star. Trust me. You will be a star,
Right.
RJ. You
Right.
do a couple of contacts, you avoid the contact and try to lay it up with finesse, and you miss those shots. Go right at that person and draw the contact. Because it'll wear
That's
them.
crazy. Yo, it's one team, L, one team. Ain't gonna lie, it's one team that's out here wilding on defense and offense.
Who?
And that's the Warriors. They is acting crazy out here right now. Yeah, Steph Curry is by
I watched
far
them the other
the
night
MVP.
against Brooklyn. I said, Jesus. And they still missed two
without
players.
Clay. Without Clay.
Yep. Yep. And Simmons Singh said they have KD, we don't. When I was talking about the fact that the Nets were able to turn their season around pretty quickly, I agree. Yes, they do have KD, we don't. But you know what? We don't need to have KD in order to turn our season around. There's stuff we can do. We can get our stuff right. We just need to play the way it works. We got to look at this game in two sections, two units. It's the bench and the starters. Starters right now have shown they can't play the way the bench plays. So don't force them to. Let the starters play the way the starters need to play with what they got out there. Let the bench do what the bench is doing. As long as we're able to separate the two, you know, it's not that whole, you know, we a team, we move together thing. Not right now. We tried that. It's not working. We got to separate the two. The bench needs to play the way they play. Starters need to play through Julius.
And let me just remind Simmer Singh. He said New York Knicks aren't cool anymore. Okay, just to put that in your head. Mr. Katie said the New York Knicks aren't cool anymore. Okay, so if you still want that guy on your team, more kudos to you, bro.
As long as Jalen gets iced out, we'll carry the momentum. Yeah, well, that may be the case. But before we talk about Jalen, because he is somebody we got to just touch on real quick. The last matchup that I don't think it should be a concern, but it's out there, is Mitchell Robinson versus Daniel Tice. Now, this may or may not be the matchup because sometimes the Houston coach likes to start, someone else instead of Tice. He might go with whoever they got on their bench at the time, which could be he goes with weird lineups. He'll put Sengun out there. He'll do things however he likes to do it. Maybe that's the reason why they've lost 14 in a row. Whatever. I'm just saying. I don't know. He'll put Sengun, and Christian Wood is 6'9", 6'10", 6'9", so he sometimes plays him at center. But I'm thinking it's going to be Tice versus Mitchell Robinson. Let's go with Beans. Who you think got the advantage in that one?
I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm going with Mitch, but Tice is a good veteran that can shoot. He's capable of having one of them nights that had on the Pacers, Miles Turner. He's capable of having one of them nights if you don't stick on him. He can shoot the three. He got a mid-range shot, and he's gonna hustle all night. So Mitch gonna have his hand full. There ain't gonna be no walk in the park. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What you think, Staff?
Yeah, Mitch got to make sure and box him out. I want a double from Mitch tonight. I want at least 3 blocks from Mitch tonight. I know it's probably hard, but I think Mitch is capable of putting up those numbers. And the only thing I'm afraid with this matchup that Bean said is Tice bringing Mitch out on the 3-point line to shoot the shots, because you see Mitch have problems with those type of centers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's sometimes how the Knicks get exposed in the middle. So I need Mitch to close out on him as much as possible, and I need the help defense to come on the weak side once the ball swings and it collapses and Mitch cannot catch up to try and help Mitch out on the perimeter and inside the paint. So I'm going with Mitch on this one.
And you that is a fear that you do have to worry about with Tice, because even though he's not flashy, he's only averaging around 9 points a game. He is shooting 35% from 3 and 52% from the field. So he can score a little bit here. And the one thing about him, though, that I think Mitch doesn't have to – I think Mitch needs to pull him off of that 3-point line and force him to play lower in the paint area and stuff like that. He's a poor rebounder. I mean, he's averaging, 4.6 rebounds this year, and he averages 4.9 for his career. From a center, that's not good. So I don't think he's much of a problem when you get him down low.
Yeah, so I'm going with Mitch on this one. I think Mitch should be able to dominate him in the paint and in rebounds, but that's just the fear of Tice pulling him out of the paint up to the perimeter when he shoots those shots. That's just my concern, but otherwise I think Mitch got it.
Right. What do you think, Al?
Definitely. Pardon me, fellas, but I don't even know who Tice is. I can't even remember who he is.
He came from Boston. He came from Boston. He was a tall center.
Tall center that played for Boston.
Is he kind of like a little bit stocky, like a little bit?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But don't confuse
shoulders.
him. Right, don't confuse him with that guy Bane. Bane is a big dude who can shoot the 3 a little bit. He's different. Yeah, Tice was he's a tall kind of guy, but he got broad shoulders. He got some weight on him.
Yeah, and he played with Boston.
I've been sitting here trying to figure it out. Like, I'm listening to all y'all got. I'm like, man, who's Tice? Who is Tice? So I can get a feel of what he might have had for dinner last night. if he had a New York slice of pizza, something like that.
Yeah.
Or if he had a gyro, he might be, that might send him to the bathroom. Or a Euro, however people want to call them, gyros.
Right.
Yeah, definitely Mitch. I thought Mitch played good in the last game against Orlando.
He did.
I thought one of the issues when Tibbs, when he fell, they took him out the game for what? I had no idea why they took him out the game. But he didn't want to come out the game. He was telling him that he was all right. He told him that he was all right on the sideline on the bench. He told him that he was all right. And he got up, but they had already took, and then he got mad that they took him out the game. And he went back and sat down. I didn't know why they took him out the game. We lost. He was in a good rhythm that game. You know, he was grabbing some offensive boards. You know, he was active around the basket, and that kept what's they said the name from Orlando, from Harlem.
Mo
What's his
Bamba.
name? Mo Bamba. He kept Mo Bamba at bay on the board, and that says a lot. Mo Bamba's a tall dude. Mo Bamba's a tall dude. So Mitch to be down there and then out rebounding him on the offensive glass says a lot. That's hustle points, right? That's hustle. That's effort, you know. So I just think he's going to carry over. Maybe he find a little rhythm. You know, he's starting to get a little step back. I don't, you know, but Mitch is my guy. So Mitch is my guy.
Yeah, no.
In my eyes, he don't do no. In my eyes, he don't do no wrong.
Yeah, listen, I want Mitch to do his thing because we just got to figure out how to get our team right around Mitch, or he's going to be the focal point of our dysfunction. But I tell you one thing: if we let Mitch go and trade him somewhere, Mitch is going to drop a little of that weight and start balling out, and then we're going to be like, "Oh man, we had Mitch, man. What do we do?" So I just think we just got to be patient with it. But I will say, when we get to that point, if we do decide to need to make a move, I think I may be more inclined to trade Mitch before I trade anybody else. Whatever, because I'm very concerned about him health wise, and he's due for a payday. And as a fan, I like Mitch and I want him to be here. But as a businessman, if I was running the organization and Mitch continues to consistently get hurt, you know, on different night in and night out, and then he's not an offensive center. And I know he's still working himself back into shape on the defensive end, but you know,
Ron, let me ask you this.
It's a knock.
Let me ask you this though, right? As you say that, right? Offensive centers. How many offensive centers are there in the league right now besides a Jokic?
Well,
yeah, Valanciunas. What's his name? Valanciunas. Valanciunas, Vucevic.
Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was forward / center.
What's homeboy from Golden State that's out? What's homeboy from Golden State who gave Mitch? He gave Mitch a little bit of the business last game.
Homeboy from who? For where?
I mean, last year from Golden State. He out right now.
Wiseman?
Yeah, Wiseman gave Mitch that game we went out to Golden State. Kind of gave Mitch the business that game. I ain't going.
I mean, that's true.
So let's say there's 5 legitimate centers in the NBA right now. Everybody else is rim runners. So when you say offensive centers,
there's guys, right? There's a guy like
offensive centers are going to extinct right now unless you don't stretch the floor to shoot.
True. But there's guys like, you know, who's not a top tier, but he's an offensive center, and there's a bunch of guys like that. But the teams that have these guys aren't really willing to part with them because they're valuable pieces off the bench, like Nurkic from Portland. Oh, I think he's still with Portland, right?
Yeah,
Nurkic can stretch the floor. He plays good, you know, decent defense. He can rebound a little bit. Like that's a guy that will work good for the Knicks. But we ain't getting him from Portland unless we throw in a bunch of stuff at them that we don't want to give up, overpaying for him. And obviously would have to be a part of a bigger trade for that other guy, maybe at that point guard. But I don't want to bring him in here. Sorry, I don't want to bring him up. It's too much money.
We forgot about Embiid too.
Embiid, Embiid's definitely one of the top guys, right?
I said Embiid.
You said Embiid?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and he's one that I would like for him to stop shooting threes. But when you play against us, Embiid, shooting all the threes you want to
all day.
All day. Keep on shooting. You're an excellent 3-point shooter. Keep on.
For some reason, Mitch loved that. He loved that competition against Embiid.
Yeah,
shoot the threes.
I don't know what it is.
Shoot the threes. I never seen a center that I can remember, right, that takes away from his offensive game the way he does. If don't y'all know if Embiid stays where he's supposed to stay at, how dominant he would be, as opposed to going out there trying to be pretty shooting threes. If he just stayed with his back to the basket, man, they probably would have won the championship by now. because he's trying to do too much, and that's why he gets hurt, because he'll have to go or shoot a three and then go down there and try to grab the rebound. You know, he runs to the.
So let me ask you this, L. Do you think being an all-round player hurts certain players like Embiid, like just what you said?
It hurts him because he's not an all-around player. He's not an all-around player. That's the whole thing. He's not a good three-point shooter, but he shoots the threes like he's a three-point shooter. That's the bad part. He need to just focus on his game as a center, rebounding and scoring around the basket, control that part. And if he does that, they'll be more successful. But because he goes out to that three-point line, and it's part of, I guess they want him to shoot threes or whatever, it makes them vulnerable as a team.
But you see, that's the thing that bugs me out, right? Because New York people always talking about we need a stretch five. We need a stretch five. And exacting what you just said, right? So it kind of counteracts, if you understand what I'm trying to get at. Because they say we need a stretch five, then we don't need a stretch five because we got too much offense. Then they say that how, okay, if he doesn't shoot, he shouldn't be shooting threes, he should be dominating the post. So it's like, it's kind of confused when we say we need a stretch five, or he should be more dominant on the outside or on the inside, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Look at the two. This is how you can look at it too. Look at the two teams that was in the finals last year, right? They both had centers. Brook Lopez became a stretch five, right? They was getting blown out in them first two games, right? As the stretch five. When they switched and they put Giannis at the five and kept him at the power forward, which you can have a stretch power forward. That's what they do, right? And you had Giannis down there banging. Look how it turned. Look how the tide turned, because now you got somebody down there getting quality points, getting high, shooting high percentage shots, as opposed to having your stretch five out there shooting threes. You know, they changed it, and then Phoenix didn't make the adjustment because they still kept they center in the game, and he couldn't match up with Giannis, so that made a mismatch for them, and then they exploited because Giannis had like a 50-point game and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's tricky. It's tricky having them stretch fives. It's tricky.
Yeah,
it's tricky.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why, Ron, I wouldn't get rid of Mitch, yo. I would keep Mitch. I don't think we need a stretch five,
look at the Lakers too, Strat.
I think we got too much offensive power to bring it, because then after who's gonna take all the I mean, not everybody gonna take all the shots, but the center gonna look to take shots too, right? So that's what I'm saying. Just keep Mitch where he's at. Let him rim run. Let him rebound. Let him block shots, and I think he'll be comfortable right there instead of us getting a stretch five. You know,
look at the teams that just won. That's why I thought about it when you were speaking, Strat. The Lakers had AD, but they had centers that didn't demand the ball, right? They had Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee. They had all them kind of guys, and they wanted right. And then they kept AD at the power forward, being able to stretch the floor and play around, do what he do. When Toronto won, they had what's the brother name? The Gasol brother.
Yeah, Gasol,
right? So, and he a banger. You know, he decided he wanted to get sweet every now and then to pull out there for a three, but he's a banger. He's a banger down there. So you look at them teams. It seems like the conventional center works, and it helps. That's what you need to win, because you're always going to need rebounding. That's the thing that people leave out in these games. Somebody's going to miss, and you have to grab the rebound in order for you to be able to go down and score.
Exactly. And that's why I think Tom Thibodeau actually stresses about rim protection. Right? I think that's why he stresses about that, and I think that's why he lets certain teams shoot the three from the outside, because he rather protects the paint, and rather let like the Indiana game, the last Indiana game, he let Miles Turner take those threes, but Miles Turner is not no big 3-pointer shooter. But the game before, he just so happened to just go off. So in a sense, you know, he takes chances on those type of plays as far as trying to protect the 3-point line, but he's more of an inside guy, in my opinion.
See, yeah, I could dig that, but you know what else I think of too? You can't take a chance on your big man defender, because now it's like you setting Mitch up, especially if his man shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. Like, at the end of the day, Miles Turner, he can hit him. So now you got Mitch watching him, and you got Mitch watching the weak side. So if Kemba or Fournier get beat, he got to step up for that, and he got to step up for his man at the 3-point line. And it's just not fair. You know what I'm saying?
And Beans, you want to see why his ankles be hurting.
Yeah, like that's not just like I say. RJ played 3 people at one time. I done seen Mitch do it hundreds of times.
Now you try doing what he doing. I mean, that's the old drill. You remember the drill? We used to go side by side. You remember that drill, right?
Yeah, the cones and all that.
Yeah, and then so imagine doing that out there in the NBA game,
and then your man hitting threes. So now you got to watch the backside, and you got to watch your man at the top of the key.
And you got to also try to go down there and grab the rebound.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, Roy?
So yo, man, listen, y'all speaking facts right now. The Worldwide L had Stafford Don sideways on that comment, man. He had him, Yeah, I mean, you're right though. That is the bottom line, guys. What you said is definitely true. It is not easy to find an offensive scoring type center who also can play a little defense in this NBA that you can get, because teams ain't giving those guys up. They are hard to come by, and if you got one, you better hold on to them. But the Knicks need one, and I think that's part of the problem, that we got 2 guys that are offensively challenged. It's nice to have 2 defensive type centers, but when neither one of them can really score, it's tough. And I think that if we don't move Mitch, then maybe Noel, one of these guys, we need a little bit of something else from the center position.
Who would you keep between the both, and tell me a stretch center that you would like to go out and get?
Honestly, if I was trying to do something like this, the way our team is set up, it would have to be a good stretch center. So it would have to be someone that we can possibly plug into the starting lineup. And if that's the case, I think I would have to think about keeping Noel and getting rid of Mitch. Okay. Sorry to say that, but I'm just thinking, like,
that's cool. That's cool.
You know what I mean? You're gonna have to pay Mitch after this season. Mitch is gonna get the bag. So, and you're paying a guy who's a defensive center who can't score and doesn't even look comfortable scoring. Mitch can dunk, but you give Mitch the ball down low, like he don't even look comfortable taking a little hook shot. Like he don't turn around. He don't got no presence. He looks like he's stiff. And that, to me, that worries me about having to give this guy a bunch of money, and then later witnessing him be a liability. You know who is a clone of Mitch, but actually was doing it better than Mitch? Clint Capella, right? Have you noticed how Clint Capella's been playing while Atlanta's been slumping? Hasn't looked good out there. Because Clint Capella is one of those guys, is similar vein. He got to catch them alley-oops, get them dunks. Yeah, he plays good defense, but it's the same type of situation. He doesn't provide much on the offensive end, and that's the but fortunately for Atlanta, they got Collins who can do his thing, so they are all right. We don't have that luxury.
No, plus they have another backup center also.
The backup guy is good too, which kind of shows you that maybe if they had to move somebody, they could move Capella.
Would you like a person like if we bring up Noel? All right, say we get rid of Mitch, we bring up Noel. Would you like Derek Favors to be his backup?
Nah, because I think what?
I used to like Derek Favors too. I used to like Derek Favors when he was in college.
Me too. I just don't know about at this point. I think at this point, for this team to grow, we need somebody who is at that position, who is somewhat young, and can carry us on the offensive end if we're struggling from the Randall standpoint, right? It doesn't. Here's the thing: it doesn't matter if we bring in a really good, young, fast, can break down the defense type of point guard. If we got the point guard mix, then having that scoring center guy is not that big of a deal. But if you ain't gonna address the point guard situation, then go get that scoring center guy who can stretch the floor, because that's gonna open up the lanes for RJ and for Randall to get to the basket, because the stretch center will do that. If we ain't got that, that's why I'm only bringing it up because of what our issues are currently. Yeah, but I would prefer to have a point guard who can break down the defense and get to the rack, which we still don't have. I mean, Rose can do it, but Rose is a scorer. He's not a facilitator like that. He's used to getting buckets. That's what he does. So, and then Kemba just may not have that same burst to be able to do it the way we'd want him to do it. So we got to get it from somewhere else. That's not on this team right now. Maybe it is. Maybe Deuce is that guy, but we ain't gonna see no time soon.
No, that's why I'm saying, like, when RJ got the ball, he's running the offense. I think people take what I say out of context as when I say run the offense through him, not just let him be the facilitator, not the primary scorer.
Right.
And he does a good job at breaking down the defense. He does. He finds a way to the hole, y'all.
So
and I gotta give Rob the Knick his props, because when he said it last night, strap right in beans, when he said about the going the right hand, he said nobody says nothing about anybody going to the right or the play. Rob the Knick hit a home run on that one.
Yeah, he body tricky Nicky on that one.
He said no one complains when all the players go to their right. No one says anything, but a lefty who's a lefty goes to his left. Oh, he goes to his left too much. He doesn't go to the right. He doesn't finish. But the right hand players do the same thing. No one says anything. So I just think he finds a way to. That was a great point, right, Ron? I said, man,
that's a good point, man. I'm not even thinking about it. You just said it. I'm like,
no one thought about it. No one thought about it. Everybody just so busy saying, oh, RJ goes left. He goes to the left too much. Julius goes to the left, but they are lefties. That's what they're supposed to do. They naturally have to do that.
You did it again. You turned Stafford sideways, man. Stop with these points, bro. You can't deal.
But that's why I like when RJ takes control of the offense. It just looks better. He gets Mitch involved, and I think when you get Jacinta involved with a little couple little alley here, a handoff pass there, they play better. They got a little bounce to their step. They scoring, they feeling good out there. They feel like they're a part of the team. And I don't think when Kemba and them guys is doing it, he doesn't feel that way. Like he feels more of I'm just out here to be the help, as opposed to being the team, a part of the team. That's why I like RJ when the offense runs through him. Looking back at that game, when y'all get a chance in that first quarter from the Orlando game, you're going to see in that first quarter that the offense, it was plays that RJ came to the top and got the ball and facilitated the offense, and they were scoring. We had the lead. Everything was good. But then you come out in the third quarter, and it's Kemba, ISO ball, Randall, handoff to Fournier. Fournier tries to shoot over Randall's man. That's horrible, fellas.
Yeah, well, you know what? But that goes back to RJ and his confidence. RJ's only able to do that when RJ's got some type of scoring going on out there, whether he's hitting the three or taking it to the basket and hitting some type of shot. When RJ is not confident, then he can't really break down the defense, because the defense is like, no, you stay out there, young man. Go ahead, shoot that. They ain't worried about pressing up on him, and that's kind of another thing we've noticed. And I think RJ gets so caught up in his own mind sometimes when he's trying to go to the right hand side. I don't like it because he's not finishing strong with his right, and he can. I don't know, like he just seems. I mentioned him multiple times. He goes up very weak, and it's like he's not even aiming for the basket. Like he goes up and it's just like he's trying to get a foul. Don't do that. Try to get the shot in. Whatever. It is what it is. Go up with your right hand and try to dunk it. I bet you have a better chance of trying to get a foul if you go up strong and try to dunk it than laying up a weak layup off the glass. Like that's the type of thing I see him do that I want him to work on and fix, man, because that bothers me. And what bothered me too in the last couple of games, RJ's been going into the paint and getting the ball taken away from him or getting blocked. Like, come on, man. RJ, we see him, man. He's stronger than that. He got to do better when it comes to that. So
Ron, did y'all guys like RJ with that second unit? Did he look more fluent in the offense with that second unit out there in that Orlando game? Do y'all think he plays better with that team because they run the floor more?
Beans mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When he grabs the rebound, I think Clyde pointed it out and Mike Green pointed it out. When he grabs the rebound, he's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone.
I think
he's gone.
Everybody looks better with that second unit.
They
all look better
except
for Randall. Yeah.
Or he look out of place.
See, when you build with your brothers like we building right now, you constantly keep thinking about other things that happen in the game or what you see out there, right? So we build it, and I'm thinking, everybody's talking and we all build it.
But this is what confuses me, right? When it was with Alvin Gentry, he was running. Now it's like you don't want to run, bro. I don't get
that. I think the other thing though, Stafford Don, is that like this NBA is like you got two things that are happening all around the league. Guys are shooting more shots, trying to shoot the three, stretching the floor, and they in the gym getting bigger and bigger. And Alvin Gentry Randall is not this Randall. This Randall is a monster size-wise compared to that guy. That guy was skinnier, a little more fluid, less pounds, more athletic.
True.
This guy is a little bigger. He's got more weight on him. He's into the bully ball now. Like it's just a different Randall. And we've seen like Randall, one of the keys to Randall, what made him so special is this dude could jump, man. He got a 40-inch vert. Like, but you don't see a lot of that vert now because he's a little heavier. He's a little older. He still can get up when he wants to, but it's not as consistent. Now it takes a little bit more effort.
Right. So you think you need more effort like that from him, yo? More running, more jumping, more. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you got to set the precedent. You know what I'm saying? Because if you out there hype and doing all that, that's just gonna hype the team up. It ain't gonna hurt us.
Beans,
what's up?
What's Biden got to do with any of this?
Well, who?
You said you got to set the president.
Oh, nah.
Oh, you mean the president?
President. I mean president. Yeah, my bad. I'm trying to get on word. Like I'm gonna go back to words I know. He got to set the example. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Come on, man.
See, that's also the problem with Randall though, y'all. When y'all talk about the Allen Gentry days. That's what happens with the offense. So if RJ pushes the ball and he's out there with that first unit, he catches the rebound, he's gone. He stops because you got Randall calling for the ball on the 3-point line. You know, you got these guys is deferring. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. You got over there, Beans? What you got over there, Beans?
I'm with you on that.
I'm messing with the moon rocks right now.
I gotta partially disagree with you on that one because I feel like whoever brings up the ball, who has the open shot, they take it. So I don't necessarily think. I think is when the defense gets set, that's when probably Randall calls for the ball. But if it's on a fast break and they running, and he sees the lane, RJ is going straight to the bucket, bro. He ain't stop and wait for Randall.
Nah, I seen him do it before though. He done it before. He's definitely a slow down.
He's not gonna stop for Randall, but what happens is when they out in the fast breakers, he grabs the rebound. So you have more than likely you'll have Randall probably. It depends on the situation. He might be with guarding his man, which might be at the top of the key somewhere, or out on the baseline somewhere, and he's able to sprint up the floor on that left or right hand side up the floor with RJ, and they'll pull up and they'll sit at that 3-point line. As opposed to going to the, I mean, this team is just bad, man. Every time I think about something, it just pisses me off because they lacking fundamentals now.
All of a sudden.
I mean, I gotta agree with Tibbs the other day. It's partially his fault, and he has to get those guys ready to play. And at the same time, I gotta agree with Tristan. You can't have anybody motivating you to come in to play the game, bro. You got to be ready to play the game. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be ready. You understand? You can't have no big speech and no big monologues. Oh, we gotta win. Nah, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. You know, so it goes both ways, man.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I think we're gonna be good, man. I think tonight should be a nice feel good victory. I think the shots is gonna be falling again. I think we're gonna see good Nick basketball, and we'll start feeling a little bit better about what's gonna happen against the Bulls tomorrow. But we just need, because guys can't. That's the other thing, man. Listen, we shooting worse than we ever shot before. Guys can't shoot this bad. All right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, don't think this is going to continue this way. There's too many guys struggling with their offense, and we a better team than this. We was better last year before any additions. We not this bad.
Yo,
So I think we'll be all right.
Unc got us losing tonight.
What?
Yeah.
He's sour right now, and I understand it. And I know it's tough to play a team who's coming in with a 14-game losing streak. That's kind of like that. That's scary. That's scary. But you know what? One of their best players is out too. I think we're gonna be okay to withstand what they're trying to bring to us. And I also think that whatever is going to happen tonight, we're getting points from Julius. Julius has given us 25 points at least tonight. And I think that's going to help us.
25 and 10 and 5 tonight.
Right. I think that's going to help us. You can't tell me that if Julius gives us 25, the bench gives us their usual 45 to 50 points, which is almost 80 points right there. You can't tell me that nobody else in the starting lineup is going to give us, even on their worst days, to give us 10 points, each. That's enough to win the game. You know what I mean? Like, we should be okay.
A Burks, a Quickly, a OB, a Kemba, 10 points from any one of them should be fine. But did we talk about the bench?
We didn't really touch on them too much because we feel good about them. I mean, go ahead. No, I mean, like, if you wanted to say something about the bench, I was just going to say that.
Who's coming off? Oh, Eric Gordon is coming off the bench.
Yeah. Well,
and
the thing about
is shooting, I did a stat on him the other day, and with the catch and shoot, like just literally catch and shoot, he's like 47%, bro. So we gotta watch him when he comes off the bench. Eric Gordon, even though he's 32, he's still a threat. So he's the next person that on the we gotta watch also too, that don't get a career night. Eric Gordon.
I think those are the three players we really got to watch: Eric Gordon, Christian Wood, and Jalen Green. That's Jalen Green might get busy tonight, so we definitely got to watch Jalen Green.
We need to watch all of them.
They better not lose, fellas. They better not lose.
Jalen Green might put on a highlight. You know how it is. Them young dudes, they watch the videos. Like,
this the same thing we said about Orlando. This the same thing we were saying before the second
tonight, bro. I don't know if I could do the show tomorrow, bro.
Man, we took a night off. Last night we had Wednesday when they lost. We only did an hour show. All three of us were so pissed off. We did an hour show that night. We couldn't even. We didn't have no energy to even talk. And then last night we just wanted to eliminate talking about the Knicks, and it felt so good to not talk about them. So now I'm talking about them. It just gets me so aggravated with this. Because as I'm listening to y'all talk, I'm like, in this play, in that play, in this, and this, and it's too much of that. It's too much when it shouldn't be that. We supposed to be a team that should be. That game against Orlando was embarrassing. I had us winning that game. I had us winning today, and potentially going to Chicago and beating them. And let's say we lost to Chicago. It's no big deal. We in Chicago. It's no big deal, right? But we won three games in a row going into there, so it's no big deal, right? You come back and you regroup.
Right.
So I'm gonna do a little shameless plug for tomorrow. At 4 p.m. the NBA 1-on-1 with me and Soulfinger. and we're gonna be doing some of the trade rumors. And some of the trade rumors is one of the guys I just brought up, Eric Gordon. Now, with that being said, would y'all like to see Eric Gordon on this team?
What do you play? The 2 or the 3?
He
I
can
think
play
he played
2 or
both.
the 3.
He can play the 2 and the 3. Yeah, he'll be a nice fit if you ask me. I don't mind him. Whose spot are you going to take? Who you going to give up? You going to give up Burks for him?
See, that's what I don't like. I think Burks offered more still. He's more of a better ball handler in these fourth quarter. He's proven to us. Now I'm keeping Burks, man. We riding with him, man.
So now where you put him at? Where do you pick
I
Gordon
don't,
at?
I
Who
don't
minutes does he
necessarily
take?
think we have to give up Burks, but we could give Houston a couple picks, bro, and probably throw in a Kevin Knox.
So now who minutes he's going to take now? Whose minutes? So if you bring in somebody like Gordon, who minutes somebody has to give up minutes. And you don't want to take IQ minutes away from him. He's growing right now. Definitely not going to take RJ minutes from him. So now it's up to Fournier and Burks. And if Burks is taking the majority of Fournier minutes, why you going to have an $80 million man playing 14, 16 minutes a game for?
Well, guess what? I'm gonna have to give him the Alfred Payton treatment. Kemba. I'm gonna have to give Kemba that Alfred Payton treatment. Probably make him play a couple of games, couple of minutes, and then have probably Eric Gordon take the rest of his minutes.
I mean, I like Eric Gordon. The only problem is, every year Eric Gordon gets a year older. You know what I mean?
He's 32. He's 32.
Yeah, I just hate the fact of us getting him now when I don't think, like, Eric Gordon to me seems like if you're going to bring him in, he's like when you feel like you got the team, right? But you need a couple pieces to kind of fill out the roster to give you that extra oomph. And I don't know if he's going to give us enough of what we need right now. His role would be great if Fournier was doing his thing and Kemba was doing his thing. And we said, you know what? We want to upgrade on the bench. You know what? Let's get even more shooting, a little bit more consistency. Then Eric Gordon would be nice. And Eric Gordon is one who can spell Fournier. You could even put him at the small forward. He'd be a small forward, but he definitely could spell Fournier at the 2. And I like that. And then that allows Burks to be able to be moved around between small forward, shooting guard, point guard, wherever you want to move him, if he's still with the team. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he does enough for us now. Like, because we got some issues. And if we bring in him, that means somebody else is gone. Maybe a Fournier is gone. Because I think Eric Gordon makes a good amount of money. Right? So
I got to go, fellas. I got to make a phone call.
Hey, I'm about to wrap up soon anyway, man. But thank you. Salute, brother. Salute.
They shooting at the airport, and my wife work at the airport. So
oh shoot! All right, man.
ATL.
Yeah, I'm in ATL. All right, I'll call you. I'll see you later.
All right, brother.
We safe, man.
Prayers, bro.
Yo,
that's crazy, bro. Shooting at the airport, man. Come on, man. What's wrong with these days, bro?
Yeah, streets is buzzing. Oh, shout out my man CT, man. Streets is buzzing, man. Shout out CT, man.
Yeah,
and my brother Devon, man. And my brother Devon, man. Word. But yeah, man. Hopefully, everything good with Worldwide L and his people, man. Word. Hope everything good, bro.
Facts,
but yeah,
facts.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I hope everything's all right. Prayers to anybody who might have been hurt or affected out there. Hopefully everybody's good. Hopefully it's just, some people wilding. Hopefully they got it under control. Because, definitely things are getting a little too crazy out here right now. So,
I just want to send a special shout out to the victims of that young man.
That just got off, right?
Right. So...
yeah, I don't even know his name. I can't even pronounce his name, but
I know his name, but I'm not going to mention it. I'm going to just big up their families.
Yeah,
sorry to hear what happened. I wish you all the best.
Word.
And it's going to get better. It's going to get better. It's sad that we still have to go through this type of situation in 2021. And you know, as
televised.
Kat said on his tweets, the system is broken.
Yeah. And it's being televised right in our face, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Yep.
But we all know what would happen if the shoe was on the other foot.
Yes.
So that's all I'm gonna say. And on that note, I want to see everybody get them likes up, man. We've been on here for y'all, nothing but straight love for our New York Knicks and
Get
love for my
some
man.
likes up for your boy Ron. Get them likes up for your boy Ron.
Yeah,
Smash
for you,
that
bro.
like button.
Word
Subscribe.
up, get them likes up. Get
Hit
them
that
likes up.
notification bell.
Subscribe, share.
Appreciate it, man. Listen, yo, I think that y'all said it best, man. We definitely listen. Outside of all this what we got going on, our Knicks community, definitely stay smart, stay safe, be careful out there in them streets. Nothing changed. Things got a little quiet because of the health protocol stuff that's happening out there. You know what I'm talking about,
right?
But it's still real. America is America, so just stay on your P's and Q's.
One more thing,
and stay away from trouble.
And for the people who got kids, talk to your kids, love your kids, reason with your kids, talk to them, teach them about their history also too, because it's very important to know that where we come from and where we going at this time, yo. And they are the future. So if you got kids, love them, teach them the right way, and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely teach them, man.
Yeah, because you know what? Listen, our world is wild right now. You know what? We just gotta try to do things that make us happy. Enjoy our friends, our families, our loved ones, and don't think about things too much. Don't take life too seriously, but just stay smart, stay safe. That's the key. Some Jason Madden, salute to you, brother. I don't know if I should put it up or not, but I'll mention it. He said it was an accidental discharge of a firearm at the airport, so nobody's hurt. Hopefully that's the case. I appreciate you giving us that info. Salute to everybody once again. Salute to the chat. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you to everybody who's definitely jumped on with me. I'm gonna go around and give everybody a few minutes to say what they want to say. Pudge Nice is always salute. Jarvis, you know how I feel about you, brother. Supreme System Lord Chop, you know how we do.
Canal on my jerk chicken, bro. I need a natural ginger pineapple juice with that, bro.
I like that. Yeah, man. Y'all getting me hungry, man. I didn't eat nothing, man. I'm gonna see what's going on here. That sounds good. Yeah. David L, salute. Pete P, you know how we do. Pudge Nice as always. You know how it is, man. But yeah, man, Beans. Say a few words as we get out of here. What's on your mind, man? What's going on?
All right, listen, man. First, man, shout out to you once again, man. Still Knicks fans. Shout out to John. We see you, brother. Happy you came through for a couple minutes, did what you did. Shout out my brother, Stephen Dawn. You know how we do from coast to coast, show to show. You know how we do it. Shout out Blorange Tears, Uncle Freezy. What up with you? CT again. Streets is buzzing. My brother Devon. I got that all out the way. Yo, man. 5 o'clock, all eyes is gonna be on our team. I hope we come out here and do what we're supposed to do. Energy. That's what I want to see. Energy and good defense, because everything else is gonna fall in place as long as we doing that. That's how I feel. Once we get away from that, that's when things fall apart. Randall, we need a Randall game. Listen, man, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, man. We got to get this dub. I'm going to say 115-99. Let's go, New York Knicks. I'm going to see y'all on the after party. Y'all know how we doing it. Yo, man, love to everybody, man. Get at me, man.
Facts. Pudge is like, Ron was fasting. Facts, man. I'm starving up here, man, trying to give y'all content. My belly is Stafford, say anything you want to say, brother.
Shout out to you, Ron. Shout out to John. Y'all got a beautiful thing here going on. I like it. I appreciate you having me on. You are always an
Always.
open brother. I appreciate the love. Shout out to my Blorange Tears family. Shout out to Freezy. Check out NBA 1-on-1. I gotta bring Freeze just now. Check out NBA 1-on-1 tomorrow at 4 p.m. We got a lot of good topics tomorrow. We're gonna talk about the top 10 rookies. We're gonna talk about some trade rumors that could help the Knicks. And then after we're gonna go over the Chicago game for tomorrow. So tune in for that tomorrow at 4 p.m. And then as far as the game for tonight, we just gotta go out there and dominate, man. Get back to New York basketball. Let's rebound the ball properly. Let's limit the turnovers. And I'm gonna echo what Bean said. We need a Randall game. I said it before, 25, 10 plus rebounds, 5 assists plus. And Fournier, Kemba, y'all need to wake up. And that's about it, man. Go Knicks. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. I couldn't have said it better, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you as always for coming on and being a part of the show. You know, I love your takes. Same to my man Big Beans. Same to Worldwide L. Salute. And also obviously my brother John, man. You know how we do the combo. So thanks to having him on. I mean, usually he's in the chat because he's so busy doing extracurricular stuff on the weekends. So it was nice to get him on a little bit. Thank y'all for tuning in. Look out for Still Nick fans this Tuesday at 8 p.m. I think it's going to be 8 p.m. I think we like that slot. There's no Nick game on Monday, so the Queen's Court will be at her regularly scheduled time, which is 8:30. So, yeah, definitely salute to her. So, if that's the case, then we'll come on earlier on Tuesday night around 8 or so. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then I don't think there's going to be an NBA report this week coming up, unless something changes and I do like a condensed show, because it is going to be Thanksgiving on Thursday, and people is moving around, people traveling, trying to be with family. So we don't got our whole mix together. We probably won't do it, but stay tuned for that if something changes. But we'll see. Thank you for definitely tuning in, guys. Listen. Every game is a better game, man. That's going to be all right. We're going to win this one tonight. I don't care what Houston got out there. They can have Elijah one. We're taking this one. So, you know what I mean? We're going to be good. We're going to be good. And
we don't need that dream shake right now.
Yeah. Well, we need the dream shake on the Knicks. That's what we need.
Yeah, we need the dream shake from Randall.
Yeah, right. I'll take it. So definitely, once again, thank you for tuning in. Y'all appreciate, love y'all. I'm gonna take us out with the outro, with the intro, the outro. It's all there.
Blessings.